Yeah, yeah. What y'all on, gang? What y'all boys got popping, man? Let a few people get up in here. I know this ain't my regular time. You know what I'm saying? I usually be late night with it, just cause that's how it be panning out. That's how the days be panning out after I be done working. Then I jump on live, but I wanted to get one going before I start work. You feel me? Snax back with another one. You did, and we finna talk about this. You feel me? I'm in between like topics and all that because it's just such a downtime in sports right now. No NBA, no NFL. NFL almost back though. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna transition into the NFL, to football. You know what I'm saying? Baseball, I don't really do too much talking about that unless it's something that's really worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm forever, not forever, but I'm what's the word? I got a little animosity against baseball for not having for not for Barry Bonds not being in the Hall of Fame. Like that's just ridiculous. So I vowed to myself, you feel me? I vowed to myself that um I'm not even paying attention to baseball topics like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something really worth talking about, you dig? But so this gonna be like a three topic live. You feel me? And probably somewhere in the middle of this live, I'm gonna transition to my car because I'm at a hotel right now and I gotta check out really in like 30 minutes, but I'm gonna go as long as I can until they come knocking at the door. You feel me? I was supposed to do this live last night, actually. What? I came back from getting me something to eat, man. Sat down on this motherfucking couch and passed the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I've been so tired lately. But yeah, so it's a Steve Kerr topic that I wanted to talk about. And then something that got to do with Cam Newton. Cam Newton talking about Jalen Hurts ain't a top 10 quarterback. I'm like, what's that about? You know what I'm saying? And then lastly, I wanted to talk about Shaq and him saying all of a sudden now he backtracking. Not that he backtracking about Kobe, but just now all of a sudden he talking about he would have won 3 with T-Mac. No, you wouldn't have. And I'm gonna get into that. But what's going on, everybody in the chat? John Parham, Jack. Boy said, where the Batty girls at, man? If Lakers get Holiday, they definitely a problem. The West is stacked. The West always gonna be stacked. The Lakers ain't gonna be shit though until they get rid of LeBron James, man. Period, point blank. LeBron James is the one that's holding them back. So the Lakers ain't gonna do a damn thing until they get rid of LeBron James. You feel me? So, but first I wanted to address this little Steve Kerr thing, right? Because he ain't like in the news or nothing like that right now, but it's a few things that happened last week. Franklin said Shaq and T-Mac would have been special. I mean, I'm gonna get into that. I don't want to get off track right now. I'm gonna get into that. I don't think it would have been special. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what you determine is special. But I don't think it would have been special, and I'll get into my reasons about that when I start talking about it. But I want to address this Steve Kerr shit real quick because he ain't in the news or nothing like that. But if you out here in the Bay Area, like me, you know what I mean, on sports talk radio, like I said, it's a downtime in sports talk right now. You know what I'm saying? So one of the stations that I listen to a lot is 95.7 The Game. You know what I'm saying? It's like I like them, but then I don't like them. You feel me? It's like I like them because they're entertaining to listen to. Sometimes, well, really, it's really one show, and that's Guru. What's going on, Sizzle? It's really Guru, Steiny and Guru. You know what I'm saying? That's the show that I like. The other shows, not so much. I may, listen to it. Listen to them occasionally, like the morning show. So Steiny and Guru that's the I would call like they got the prime time slot for sports talk radio. They own from 10 to 2. You know what I'm saying? Out here, and then you got a morning show before them, and then you got a evening show after them. You feel me? So, but the one I listen to the most is Steiny and Guru, and so it's like I said, it's a downtime in sports right now. So they talk about baseball, but they know any sports outlet knows that unless you a baseball outlet, you can't just talk about baseball and that's it. Otherwise, you know what I mean? Like people gonna tune out. You know what I'm saying? So they'll still drop some occasional, basketball news in there. Football news in there. Football is back now or about to be back. So, and one of the things that came up last week with NBA and the free agency and all that is the fact that the Warriors haven't made any big, they haven't made no moves really. You know what I'm saying? In free agency. Charlie Matero said, so, the last 8 years I was... Franklin Urban, not sure if T-Mac would have wanted that. He left Toronto to get away from his cousin's shadow. Yeah, like I said, man, y'all want to talk about that? I'm gonna have to get to that quick. You know what I'm saying? But let me. So it's I just got an opinion about this Steve Kerr thing. So if you out here, you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. They gonna throw other little news in there outside of baseball because baseball is the only major sport that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So they talk about baseball, but then they're going to throw some basketball in there. They're going to throw some football in there. You know what I'm saying? So last week there was talk about, because, Kevon Looney ain't with us no more. Kevon Looney is with, where he went to? I think he went to Memphis. Did he go to Memphis? I think he went to the Grizzlies. I think that's where he went to. And I guess Kevon Looney had made some comments recently. Let me try to pull that up. He had made some comments about kind of like, I guess, what was his last straw with, not that it's a bad relationship or whatever with Steve Kerr, but kind of his last straw, I guess, during this last playoff run with some of his minutes being stripped away or whatever, you know what I mean? Because that's happened to various players or role players on the Warriors, you know what I'm saying? To where they may play and they may not play. They may play and they may not play, you know what I'm saying? So I guess, Kevon Looney had grown tired of that, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he had made some comments. Let me see, Steve Kerr, Kevon Looney. I guess he had made some comments saying that was kind of like his last straw and all that. So Steve Kerr, they was talking about that, and then to go along with the Jonathan Kuminga talk. Jonathan Kuminga staying in the. Whenever we talk about the Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga is always a topic, just because it's always this notion that Steve Kerr got to play him more, give him more of an opportunity, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's like, bro, we going on year 5 with Jonathan Kuminga, bro. Like, you understand me? Like, it don't take this long, bro. Steve Kerr is not a dumb coach. Regardless of whatever anybody may think, you can't win 4 championships and be dumb as a head coach. You know what I'm saying? So he know what he doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I can see it with Jonathan Kuminga just from watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't take this long, bro. You finna go into your 5th year. It don't take this long to show whatever you like. I can see it from watching the games when I watch the Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga is a one-trick pony, bro. Like, he just want to score. That's all he want to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr knows what it takes to win, to actually win championships. He's played on 5 championship teams, played with some of the greatest players of all time, played up under some of the greatest coaches of all time. And then as a head coach, he has turned himself into one of the greatest coaches of all time, winning 4 championships. And then not even that, not just that, he's also been a broadcaster on TV, you know what I'm saying? And he's been a general manager for the Phoenix Suns, briefly, but he was a general manager for like a year or 2 with the Phoenix Suns when towards the end of Shaquille O'Neal's career, when Shaq was there for like that 1 year or whatever. So Steve Kerr done touched every aspect of basketball as far as the professional level. He's been a player, he's been a coach, he's been a general manager, he's been a TV broadcaster, analyst, whatever. So let me see. I'm reading something right here. Steve Kerr, head coach of the Golden State Warriors, recently shared a heartfelt farewell message to Kevon Looney, who signed with the. Oh no, my bad, not my bad. So Kevon Looney is not with the Grizzlies. He's with the Pelicans. He signed with the Pelicans. Who signed with the New Orleans Pelicans after a decade with the Warriors. Kerr's message acknowledged Looney's significant contributions to the team's success, including their 3 championship wins. Looney, in turn, reflected on his time with the Warriors, expressing that he felt so. Looney, in turn, reflected his time with the Warriors, expressing that he felt slighted by some of Kerr's rotation decisions and lack of opportunities, particularly in the first round playoff series against Houston this past playoff run. Okay. So they was talking about that, and I understand it. I totally understand it from Kevon Looney's perspective. He a player. He want to play. He like, why is my minutes fluctuating like this? You know what I'm saying? But I agree with him with that. But my thing is like, it depends on the matchups. You know what I mean? And one thing about Kevon Looney is that like, he helped us win championships, in particular the last one in 2022 when he was a dog on the boards. Just like they could not keep this man off the boards. Like he was consistently in the high teens, in some games even in the low 20s as far as rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So Kevon Looney definitely was an intricate piece to and even some of the earlier championships when he was younger, you know what I mean? He would be one of the bigs that when we was playing against the Houston Rockets, when they had James Harden, he would be one of the bigs that would kind of be able to switch and guard like a James Harden out on the perimeter. Not stopping or nothing like that, but just kind of like be big enough and agile enough, you know what I'm saying, to be able to move his feet and be a somewhat of a hindrance, you know what I'm saying, to James Harden and players like that. Now, towards these last 2 or 3 or 4 years, I feel like Kevon Looney has become a stiff, bro. He's just become real stiff, unable to move really. Like the agility has waned. He never been super athletic, you know what I mean? But somehow he was still able to, get to rebounds and stuff. But like he's just not mobile enough, you know what I'm saying, to be able to hang with some of the bigs in the league now. Like the league is kind of going, the NBA is kind of going back to I don't think it'll ever fully go back to, I'm not gonna say ever because history finds a way to repeat itself a lot, but I'm not gonna say it won't ever go back to a traditional big, but it has kind of went back to the big man, so to speak. You feel me? And a lot of these big men, especially when it, I mean, well, you know, when you want to talk about Jokic, I mean, can't nobody stop Jokic, but especially like a player like a Jokic or just some of these bigs that's can get busy down low, you know what I'm saying, and are a little bit more agile. He can't stay in front of him. He can't really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like he just don't have the athleticism to be able to stay with him. You feel me? So I think it probably was a little bit of that. It's just matchups. You know what I'm saying? Who do we play in the first round? We played Houston. And I would say the boy they got over there. What's the boy they got over there in Houston? The European. I forget his name. I forget his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But he's kind of one of them type players I'm talking about. He like a little mini Jokic. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, come on, Looney can't do nothing with him. Looney can't do nothing with him. So I feel Kevon Looney, you know what I'm saying, and his frustrations, but more or less what I wanted to say about this, you know what I mean, and pertaining to Steve Kerr is there was what kind of got me going about this is because last week there was you know, I watch other YouTube creators, you know what I mean, and content creators, and one of the ones that I like to watch because we agree on a lot of things. Maybe we may not agree on everything, and this is one of the things that we didn't agree on. One of the channels that I like to watch is Too Raw for TV. Okay? Love Too Raw for TV. And one thing I'm going to say before I even get into this is that one thing I'm never going to do as like a YouTuber or, you know, a content creator or, you know, or having this little podcast or whatever, I'm never going to be one of these YouTubers that goes at other content creators and gets disrespectful towards them. I'm never going to do that. That's not my style. I'm just not going to do that. I'm saying that because I see a lot of that going on YouTube where, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a lot of that. I see a lot of that on YouTube. All messages. I see a lot of that on YouTube where, yeah, you'll have certain content creators going at other content creators. I just think that's corny. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Nothing against nobody. But so I'm never going to do that. However, you feel me? However, I wanted to speak on this and everybody go subscribe to Too Raw for TV. Check out his channel and all that. He got dope content. The main thing I usually agree with him on is his takes on LeBron James. We both have a disdain for LeBron James. So I like his content when he be talking about LeBron James. But let me pull it up. Let me pull up the episode I was talking about. But he said something about Steve Kerr that I totally disagree, and I want to just and like I said, I'm not going at him. You know what I mean? At all. Shout out to you, Too Raw, if you ever see this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got love for you, and I like your content. I'm subscribed to your channel, but it just gave me something to talk about. You know what I mean? So yeah. So let me pull this up real quick. You feel me? Everybody in the chat, give your boy a like one time. Let me see. Okay, right here. And I got in the comments and I kind of went crazy. In a respectful way, you know what I'm saying? But I went crazy, just like letting them know, like, bro, I totally disagree. Because the reason why I disagree, bro, with his take on Steve Kerr is because for me, it's always about winning, bro. And you cannot, you can't argue the results, bro. You know what I'm saying? One of my homies on YouTube, I mean not YouTube, on Facebook, one of my good friends, we was talking about this yesterday, you know what I mean? Because There, Jonathan Kuminga came up, and Jonathan Kuminga came up, and he posted something about Jonathan Kuminga talking about because I guess it'd be a lot of articles, bro. It'd be a lot of fake articles and a lot of fake shit. So I don't even know if this is fake or not, but it'd be a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Where they be putting shit out, and I guess it was something talking about it was a post that was talking about Jonathan Kuminga don't want to be with the Warriors and all that. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to sign with him, and so my boy posted that and then put his own little caption saying, "Go get your money, big dog," and all that. Like he's pro Jonathan Kuminga. I'm not pro Jonathan Kuminga. I fuck with Jonathan Kuminga. I just see what he is, bro. And then so my boy was like, bringing up, so the first thing he want to do when I commented, okay. So he made the post, and then what I said was in comment, I was like, bro, nobody wants Jonathan Kuminga like that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody knocking down his door to pay him $20, $25, $30 million a year. Nobody wants him like that. What has he really proven? You know what I'm saying? And I said, we going on year number 5. It don't take this long, bro. So then he respond with, the first thing that he want to respond with is something that got to do with Steve Kerr. I say, and I already knew he was gonna go there because I seen some of my partner posts before regarding this same topic, and so I responded like, bro, this ain't got nothing to do with Steve Kerr, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr ain't holding Jonathan Kuminga back. My thing is like this. There's no coach or organization that can suppress a player's talent so much like that. Like, meaning, like, if you that good, like if you really like that, it's gonna show itself, bro. It's gonna show. You know what I'm saying? And then and then they're gonna be forced to have to play you. You know what I'm saying? And I can even see it just from the games when I watch the games. Jonathan Kuminga's game is he just want to score, bro. That's all he want to do. There's no and so I told my boy like this. There's no reason why a player like Brandon Podzinski, Pods, should be averaging and garnering more rebounds than Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga is taller, bigger, stronger, way more athletic. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason why Pods should be like grabbing more rebounds than Jonathan Kuminga. You feel me? So the thing is that the reason why so he say, Kerr got his favorites and this. I said, bro, cause Steve Kerr ain't no favorites, ain't no favoritism, bro. So basically what you saying is Steve Kerr is willfully saying, nah, I ain't gonna play Jonathan Kuminga. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put Brandon Podzinski in and play him more because I like him more. That's bullshit, bro. Like, bro, anybody that know, see what happens is, bro, when people when people feel a certain way about somebody, they let their mind trick them out of like a common sense. Like, that's no way to coach. You can't coach off feelings, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's if Steve Kerr was coaching like that, that's a fireable offense. Everybody know he's not coaching like that. Ain't no favoritism. What's going on is Brandon Podzinski's style of play more contributes to winning, and it's more like conducive, and it more fits what they need for a player to do to help contribute to winning. Jonathan Kuminga's style of play contributes to him just scoring. That's all. That's all it boils down to. There's nothing more, nothing less. Not that Jonathan Kuminga is a bad player and none of that. I think he's a little overrated. I think people overrate him more than what he is. I've seen Jonathan Kuminga, and that's another thing. Is like all of this stuff about, man, he don't get the opportunity. Jonathan Kuminga has had more than enough opportunities. More than enough throughout his 4-year career, bro. Like, I've seen it. He's had many games where he started. He's had many games where he's played upwards of 25, 30 minutes a game, like all that, bro. It's just unfortunate what happened this past season. You feel me? He ended up getting hurt, and he ended up missing 30-something games. And during the time when he was hurt, the Golden State Warriors acquired Jimmy Butler. And once they acquired Jimmy Butler, they went from playing like an average team to being one of the top 3 to 5 teams in the league, just from the time that they acquired Jimmy Butler. I'm not saying throughout the whole season, but go look at their record from the time that they and some of the teams that they beat. Go look at their record at the time that they acquired Jimmy Butler for the rest of the season. They was definitely one of the top 5 teams in the league, off the top. Like that cannot be debated. I feel you, man. So, he ended up getting hurt. The team acquired Jimmy Butler. He ended up missing 30, 31 games. Then when he came back, it's like, Jimmy Butler got your spot, bro. It just is what it is, bro. Like, they was winning. And on top of that, since they had played so average throughout the course of the season, by the time Jonathan Kuminga came back, you feel me? By the time Jonathan Kuminga came back, they couldn't play around with the rotations and all that shit no more, bro, because essentially the Warriors playoff run started like a month before the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They had to win because they was trying to avoid the play. Now they end up losing that final game of the season, I believe, to the Clippers, and so they end up having to be in the play-in as the 7th seed. But still, you know, they was in playoff mode, so they couldn't afford to be playing around with the Cavs next season champs. I don't know about that. We'll see. You feel me? But they couldn't. The Warriors couldn't afford to play around with like rotations and all. Like, they have found a format that worked. We're winning. We got to continue with that, brother. You just got to get in where you fit in. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. So, but I wanted to play this real quick. I'm gonna play some of this, and I'm gonna give my, like I said, I'm not going at Too Raw for TV. I love Too Raw for TV's content, his channel. Y'all like, subscribe, share to all this stuff. I'm not going at him at all. You know what I mean? I'm just Sizzle say, I seen Kerr make nice adjustments on the fly in critical situations. Straight up though. Like the thing is, bro. The thing is with Steve Kerr is, like, he didn't win 4 championships, bro. You can't argue the results. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is where I disagreed. This is where I disagreed with Too Raw, is because I'm like, this is the same thing that they do with LeBron James. You feel me? The same thing that they do with LeBron James is like, it's not about winning no more. So how can you criticize? I'm not saying Steve, I'm not saying he's done everything perfect. You know what I mean? But bro, he's won 4 championships since 2015. You know what I'm saying? That's 4 championships in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Been to 6 finals. Like, I mean, this is the dynasty of this era. While the quote-unquote GOAT, LeBron James, is in the league. You know what I'm saying? So he beat LeBron James 3 times in the finals out of 4. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to Looney. Definitely shout out to Kevon Looney. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, bro, you can't argue the results. You know what I mean? Regardless of whatever anybody may feel about Steve Kerr, he's won 4 championships, bro. So, I mean, it's like, what are we doing? And it's the same thing that they do with LeBron James, except for it's the opposite. You know what I mean? It's like, the Bron sexuals and the media, they want to put LeBron James, I don't know why so bad. They want to put LeBron James above Kobe, above Michael Jordan and he hasn't won as much. He's had many more failures than them. And I'm like, bro, I thought it was about winning. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's similar to me with Steve Kerr. If it's about winning, like, because the reason why I'm saying that, bro, is because I'm telling you, bro, if y'all out here in the Bay Area, you will be shocked, surprised how many people call in on these radio stations talking about Steve Kerr should be gone. Like, you know what I mean? Fire Steve Kerr. And fire Steve Kerr and he need to go and this and that. And replace him with who? Replace him with who? You're not going to get better if you fire Steve Kerr. Like, it's like, bro, people gotta think with their heads, bro. And another thing that it tells me is that these are either younger Golden State Warriors fans or just fans that don't know what the hell they're talking about, because I'm a lifelong Golden State Warriors fan. I've said this before in past lives. I had season tickets to the Golden State Warriors when they was dirt shit during Steph Curry's rookie year, 2009, 2010. 41 home games, all the preseason games, an autographed Monte Ellis jersey, and some other little trinkets and prizes and all that stuff, all for under $1,000. You ain't gonna never see no shit like that nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Because the team is too successful and they've been too successful. But I'm saying that to say, bro, I remember where the Warriors were before this run, bro. Like, the Warriors have been a horrible team my whole childhood growing up. So I'm thankful for this era. I'm thankful for Steve Kerr. You know what I'm saying? And the fans that talk about firing Steve Kerr and all that, they obviously, like I said, they're either younger fans that wasn't around when the team was bad, or they just fans that don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell y'all this. For those fans that feel that way, you're going to get your wish here coming up pretty soon, because I don't believe Steve Kerr is going to be around after Steph is gone and all that. Once it's for sure done, I know they towards the back end of the dynasty, they may not win another one. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens this upcoming season. But I believe Steve Kerr is gonna walk out once Steph and Draymond leave. You feel me? So y'all gonna get y'all wish, and then you're gonna see what the team is once he's no longer here. And I already know what's gonna happen. We ain't gonna have Steve Kerr no more, and we're gonna have a few down years, a few bad years, and all of a sudden everybody gonna be longing and wishing for the days of, man, I wish Steve Kerr was still here because this, that, that. Nah. Keep that same energy y'all got right now. You feel me? But let me play this. Sizzle say, put Kerr on my Lakers. I'll take him. Hey, I'm trying to tell you. Wilbur Nola said, yeah, those fans have a short-term memory. Like you said, he had that team at the top of the league for years. Straight up. And I'm just saying, what I'm saying about that, bro, is I'm thankful, bro. Like if the Warriors would have only won that one championship in 2015, I would have been satisfied with that. Because like I said, from what the team was, bro, I'm talking about, you guys don't understand, bro. I'm a little older. You feel me? So I remember growing up as a kid playing basketball in the 90s. Definitely the whole 2000s, and then all the way up until we got Steph Curry, and then Mark Jackson. Okay, now one thing I want to say about Mark Jackson, I'm the biggest Mark Jackson fan. I love Mark Jackson, and he does not get the full credit that he should get, that he deserves for laying the foundation for what the Warriors ended up becoming. To me, the Warriors don't end up becoming what they end up becoming if Mark Jackson is not there. Because, yeah, Steph Curry was already here, okay? But his regime is the regime that drafted Klay Thompson, drafted Draymond Green, drafted Festus Ezeli, drafted Harrison Barnes, acquired Andre Iguodala. Okay, Andre Iguodala got acquired a year before Steve Kerr. You feel me? So, and Mark Jackson was only here for 3 seasons. Each year, the team improved. Okay. He did things for this team that hadn't been done in over 20 years. They won 50 games in his second year. They went 50-32. The first time that had happened in over 17 years. And then they went to back-to-back. They appeared in back-to-back postseasons. That's the first time that had happened in over 20 years. Okay, so, and he laid down like a defensive foundation. So there's Mark Jackson cannot be like the Warriors don't become what they are without Mark Jackson. I was actually disappointed when the Warriors fired him. Okay, but as the same way as I say that, there's no doubt that when Steve Kerr took over, they went up a notch. And my biggest example of that is looking at Steph Curry. Okay, now Steph Curry was already a borderline all-star level player, okay, before Steve Kerr got here, right? But once Steve Kerr got here, he went from being a good player, a borderline all-star player, to an MVP caliber player, an all-time great caliber player. Like, that cannot be disputed. They won the championship in Steve Kerr's very first year. In that year, Steph Curry won his first MVP. Okay, so like Steph Curry benefited tremendously from Steve Kerr. You know what I'm saying? And this be kind of like be my thing against the whole Jonathan Kuminga thing. Like, how can we say what we say about Jonathan Kuminga? Oh, so y'all want to fire Steve Kerr over Jonathan Kuminga? But when you got an all-time great player like Steph Curry that was able to flourish up under Steve Kerr, but Jonathan Kuminga, like, bro, it's not about, like, bro, Jonathan Kuminga just isn't as good as y'all think he is. That's all it is. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's not a bad player. You know what I'm saying? He's extremely athletic. I'm sure if he was on another team, he would probably be averaging close to 20, if not 20 points a game. But man, we've seen throughout the course of history in the NBA, man, like a lot of the mediocre players can average 20 points on a bad team. Like, come on now. Like, we know this. You feel me? So, yeah. But let me play this real quick because I want to. I'm gonna have to get up out of here in a minute. Shout out to Two Raw for TV. Like I said, I'm not going at him or nothing like that, bro. I'm just giving my opinion on something that I disagreed with. This video gave me something to talk about.
What's up, YouTube? This is Two Raw.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Just saying. Damian Menifee says we would have beat the Timberwolves if Steph didn't get hurt. Oh my mama. Like, there's no doubt that if Steph Curry didn't get hurt, the Golden State Warriors would have been in the Western Conference Finals. I'm not saying they would have beat OKC. We'll never know. But they definitely would have been in the Western Conference Finals. We also would have beat the Timberwolves if Jimmy wasn't battling that injury from the Rockets. I agree. Damian says, yeah, man, I love Steve Kerr as a coach. How can you not? If you're a Golden State Warriors fan, like, bro, you cannot have anything. I'm not saying that he's done everything perfect. You know what I mean? Nobody does everything perfect. Bro, he's won 4 championships, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, how is this even an argument? Like, how is this even something to even, he's won 4 championships, dog. You feel me? Ain't no other coach in the league that got 4 championships. You know what I mean? He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. Probably top 5. You feel me? So, yeah. Wilbur Nola says, I grew up following the Showtime Lakers when Clay's dad was Kareem's backup. Showtime Lakers the greatest team ever, in my opinion. I mean, I don't knock that. To me, the greatest team ever is the '96 Bulls. That's just me though. But all right, let me play this.
For TV. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about Steve Kerr for a second, right? And look, when you look at his accomplishments,
if you're a man over 30 who makes at least 150 grand a year and you're
Go with
still
the
in
commercials.
to take your shirt off at the pool, you're number one.
as a head coach, I believe he has a win percentage well over 60% for his career. 4 NBA championships as a head coach. Of course, 5 as an NBA player.
Come on.
And I believe Steve Kerr's association with championship teams is what elevates him in people's minds, you know, when they call him a first ballot Hall of Famer. Because in reality, as a basketball player, Steve Kerr was a marginal talent who, prior to 1994, or 93, prior to 1993, definitely, was barely hanging on to the NBA. Now, I'm aware of Steve Kerr's past.
Now, one of the first things that I wanted to mention in him saying what he's saying is that he said that Steve Kerr's association with winning as a player and as a coach is the reason why he's lifted as a coach or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. Like, that's not, yeah. He I don't understand like how that's some type of argument against him. Yes, he's been on a lot of championship teams as a player and as a coach. So of course that's going to elevate him, as it should. Like, why should it not? And then he want to go on to talk about because as a player he was barely hanging on. Dog, Steve Kerr was not a Hall of Fame basketball player. He was just a role player. He played his role, but in the 5 championships that he won as a player, definitely the 3 with the Bulls, he contributed mightily to those championships as far as doing his job. You know what I'm saying? It's like he was a shooter. You know what I mean? He hit a lot of big shots to help secure those championships. You feel me? Everybody knows about the game where they in the huddle. Jordan is talking to him and saying, "Hey, they gonna blitz me. They gonna try to take the ball out of my hands. I'm gonna pass it to you." You know what I'm saying? And Steve Kerr looked at him like this. He said, "I'll be ready." That exact thing happened. They tried to get the ball out of Jordan's hands. They got it out of his hands. He passed it to Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr hit that little free throw jumper. They win the game. You know what I'm saying? And which, winning that game helped them secure a championship. So it wasn't like he was just some bench player that didn't get no playing time and didn't contribute at all. No, Steve Kerr contributed to his championships. Yeah, he was just a role player, but he contributed. So I don't understand the whole notion of trying to say that, oh, well, he's only elevated in the status of his status is only elevated because of he's associated with winning a lot of championships. Yeah, bro. That's the way it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, that makes no sense to me how he's trying to make that as an argument and trying to say, well, because he was a role player, most great coaches that played in the NBA were just role players. Phil Jackson, who I consider the greatest coach of all time, he was a role player. You know what I'm saying? With the New York Knicks. And he also won 2 championships as a player with the Knicks. You can go to Steve Kerr. Let me see. Greg Popovich, I don't think he played in the league. you can go to football. You can go across all landscape. A lot of great coaches across football, basketball. Like if they did play in the league, they were just role players. You know what I'm saying? And most great players, not all, because Larry Bird was a great coach for his little coaching stint. You can even go to Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is just a role player, but he's a great coach. Now people may say, "Oh, he only got that one ring and this and that, blah blah blah." Overall, to me, Doc Rivers is a great coach, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm not putting him above like coaches that have won multiple championships and all that. And, you know what I'm saying, as a coach, but he's a great coach. And most great players that were great in their time turn out to be not so good coaches. So it's just kind of the way it has worked out. You know what I'm saying? Cohen says, I'm a Warriors fan. Me too. You cover the camera for a Jared McCain edit. I don't know what the hell. Chris RR said, where y'all think Kawhi Leonard ranks with one more ring, finals MVP? Kawhi is he's going to go down as an all-time great, but I don't see him winning another championship. But Kawhi is top. He's definitely top 75. Top 50. You know what I mean? He's an all-time great. You know what I mean? He ain't like top 20 or nothing like that, but he's an all-time great. Kawhi ain't. He ain't no top 10 player. He's not even top 20. But after the top 20, then you can slot him somewhere. I definitely probably say he's probably top 50. You know what I'm saying? Maybe top 30 or something like that, 40. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he's an all-time great. To me, an all-time great, if you are one of the best 100 players of all time, to me, I consider that all-time great. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of players that have came through the league. You know what I'm saying? So if you're one of the top 100 players, you know what I'm saying, you're an all-time great player. Now, there's levels to all-time great. Obviously, the top 10 is the epitome, you know what I'm saying? And then, you go down from there. So there are levels to it. But if you're a top 100 player of all time, so you know what I mean, you're to me, in my opinion, you're still considered an all-time great player. You feel me? So yeah. But yeah, let me finish playing this.
I know the trials and tribulations of his life, the tragic way in which he lost his father, which had some similar Steve Kerr's coaching prowess. As what I've seen from afar, at least, I like him as a person. But the truth has to be told about Steve Kerr's coaching prowess. He's going to be one of these coaches who have had the fortune to come along at the very right time. Okay? I know a lot of people don't like to hear me say this, but I still believe that the architect of the Golden State Warriors was Mark Jackson.
I don't disagree.
Some people like to push back on that.
I don't disagree.
The way that Mark Jackson had them playing was a lot different. In many ways, Steve Kerr and the coaching staff made some definite adjustments to make them a better team.
Yes.
But I still believe that if Mark Jackson was still the coach and wasn't removed because he said some things that politically and socially were out of step with what the modern NBA culture and climate wants, I still think that Mark Jackson would have made those ultimate adjustments. And
I disagree with that.
As the first ballot Hall.
I disagree with that part. So, I disagree with saying that that if Mark Jackson wasn't fired, that he would have been able to make the same adjustments that Steve Kerr did to make the Golden State Warriors a dynasty. I disagree, bro. Like, you can't say that because they're different people. They're different coaches. You know what I'm saying? It's a different style of, you know what I mean? Like would the Warriors have ended up winning a championship? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But Steve Kerr has won 4. Steve Kerr won 4, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You're not going to sit here and tell me that if they would have never fired Mark Jackson, that he would have won 4 championships. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I can't subscribe. I just don't agree with that, bro. Like, winning 4 championships is like that, you know, here we go back to this whole thing of it's this whole thing of like with the Kobe and T-Mac thing. Replace Kobe with T-Mac and they still would have won 3 championships. No, they fucking wouldn't have. No, they wouldn't have, bro. I don't care if their styles of play was similar at that time for a few years or whatever. It's more than just like how talented T-Mac was. He didn't have whatever Kobe had inside of him that made him Kobe Bryant, that made him the Black Mamba. T-Mac didn't have that. So, like, it's the same thing. Like, you can't sit up there and say that, like, if they would have kept Mark Jackson, that it would have ended up being the same. That's just not, I can't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? For one, we'll never know. For 2, it doesn't matter because Steve Kerr did what he did. You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, when Steve Kerr came over here, it cannot be disputed that Steph Curry's game went from being just like an all-star level player to an MVP caliber player, to an all-time great player. That cannot be disputed. You know what I'm saying? You cannot dispute that. You know what I'm saying? So Steph Curry benefited mightily from the addition of Steve Kerr as head coach. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. And like I said, Mark Jackson laid the foundation down. I love Mark Jackson. I'm not, if I was going to say infuriated, that's a little bit too strong, but I just don't understand why he hasn't gotten another shot to be a head coach. And he is the coach that laid the foundation down for one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history. So the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he hasn't gotten another shot at it, that tells me right there, that's some they got something against him. Like, that ain't even, like, because if it was any other coach, he would have got another shot. But I understand he made some comments, towards, gay people at that time, and, he's a preacher or whatever. So whatever, but it obviously has a lot to do with that than the fact that they don't think he's an adequate coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously he's an adequate coach. You know what I'm saying? He predicted what the Splash Brothers would be before they actually became that. He was saying, this is the best shooting backcourt of all time. I'm watching them every day in practice. I see this shit. Everybody laughed at him. And then what happened? They ended up becoming the greatest shooting backcourt of all time. So, you know what I mean? He knew what he was talking about. He knew what he was seeing. You know what I'm saying? Mark Jackson was a solid NBA player in his own right. I would say he was a better player than Steve Kerr was a better player. You know what I'm saying? Mark Jackson is one of the all-time leaders in assists. You know what I'm saying? I think he's third or fourth. He was second for a long time. I believe Chris Paul is second now. But Mark Jackson was definitely, a high school and college player coming out of St. John. He was a great player. You know what I'm saying? But still, in saying all of that, you can't then say that he would have been able to do the same thing that Steve Kerr did. You just can't say that. That's pretty ludicrous to say. You know what I'm saying? Because Steve Kerr accomplished way too much to say that. Like that. You know what I mean? 4 championships, bro. Like 4. Nah. You can't just you can't say that. Wilbur, let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Jordan, Kobe, Magic, Kareem, LBJ, Shaq, Wade, Bird, Russell. That's a good list. Wilbur Nola said that Dirk championship run was crazy. Oh, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, they beat Portland. Then they beat Kobe's Lakers. They were the defending back-to-back champions. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lakers had won it in 09 and 010, and they swept them. And that game 4 wasn't even close. Like they ran them out the building in that second round. You know what I'm saying? And then beating the KD and Harden and Westbrook Thunder. Yeah, that was, and then beating the Heatles, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. Yeah, that was a legendary run right there. That was one of that was one of the more legendary championship runs in NBA history. Wilbur said Steph is in my top 10. Yep, he in my top 10 too. Steph is I got Steph at number 9 or 10. I waffle back and forth whether I want to put him at 8, 9, or 10, but I definitely got him no lower than 10. You feel me? Cohen says Jimmy Butler was not playing as well in the playoffs as we traded for him to. True, I will give him a little bit of a break that he had that injury in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't 100%. I give him a little bit of a break from that. But yeah, it's just in that second round. I would have liked to see against the Timberwolves after Steph Curry got hurt. I would have liked to see him be a little bit more aggressive in some of those games and not be so passive. It is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? But that just shows how much Steph Curry means to the team. You feel me? Devin is a fraud. Devin who? Wilbur said, yeah, I agree. Kobe was much better defender than T-Mac. Oh, my mama. Everybody knows this, man. Moose Card says, who was better, MJ or LeBron? Come on now. Everybody that come to my channel know who I come on, man. It's not even close. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows LeBron fucking Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Moses Carson, am I a Warriors fan? Yes, I am. Sizzle. Hey, man, listen. Hey, Sizzle, I'm gonna tell you like this. Kobe is one of my favorite players of all time, bro. You know what I mean? Between him and Steph Curry. Allen Iverson, too. At that time, I'm a lifelong Warriors fan, bro. But because Kobe was my favorite player at that time, I was rooting for the Lakers. You know what I mean? Like, the Lakers were my second favorite team at that time. I know a lot of people say, oh, how can you this and that? Blah, blah. Man, I always tell my homies, ain't no rule against rooting for two teams. Ain't no rule in sports fandom that says I can't have a second team that I root for. You know what I mean? So at that time, you know what I mean, the Warriors was down. I was rooting for the Lakers. I got no shame in saying that because of Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was my favorite player. So Sizzle, that crushed me, bro. I was in LA at that time. You know what I'm saying? I remember being I was in Los Angeles. I was doing something in pertaining to my music. I was in LA, and I was out there to shoot a video. I was out there to shoot a music video, and the day we was coming back to the Bay Area, the day we was driving back to the Bay Area was the day of Game 4, and the Lakers had so much pedigree that even being down 0-3, people were still saying like, oh, they still got a shot. They're going to win 4 in a row. They're going to win 4 in a row. And fucking, I remember halfway through our ride back, we stopped somewhere to get something to eat. And at this time, this was 2011. So yeah, I had a cell phone, but I wasn't on Instagram yet. Or no, I think the only thing I was on at that time was Facebook. I think I got on Facebook in 2009. And I think I got on Twitter in 2009 too. So I did have social media, but it wasn't like it wasn't how it is now, for at least for me, to where I could just you know what I mean? So basically what I'm saying is I didn't know what was going during that game. I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And halfway through our drive from LA back to the Bay, we stopped somewhere to get something to eat, like a Denny's or some shit like that. And I seen some Lakers fans, you know what I'm saying? And so I asked them, like, what's going on with the game? And it was the middle of the game. What's going on with the game? What's going on with the game? They was like, man, it's all fucking bad. They ass getting blew out. So that crushed me, bro. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? They finna get swept. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you, Sizzle. You know what I mean? That crushed me too, because I'm a Kobe fan, bro. So I definitely that definitely crushed me. But yeah, let me get back to this real quick, because I wanna move on from this topic.
Hall of Fame coach. At the end of the day, Steve Kerr cannot make adjustments to save his life.
That's bullshit.
See, when he had an overpowered
That's
team,
bullshit. That's bullshit. So this is really where I started disagreeing with him. He's gonna say that Steve Kerr can't make adjustments. Did he not watch the 2015 finals when Andre Iguodala, who had been come off the bench, was inserted into the starting lineup to be able to help contain LeBron James somewhat? Like, bro, like that was one of the biggest moves of that finals to turn the tide and help the Warriors come back in that series and ultimately win it. So to say Steve Kerr can't make adjustments to save his life, he either don't know the history of the 4 championships, and all the, because in every championship run, and damn near every championship run that they have had a series or two within each individual championship run where they were down in a series, and some type of adjustment needed to be made. It's stuff right now that I know for a fact that I'm forgetting about, that I'm not even mentioning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this for a fact that it's some stuff that it's certain, like I remember that first run in 2015. In the second round against the Memphis Grizzlies, they was down 2-1. Okay, and Steve Kerr had to make some adjustments. Then in the finals, they was down 2-1 against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers with Game 4 in Cleveland. Okay, and he made adjustments. So that's absolute total fucking bullshit to say that a coach like Steve Kerr, who has won 4 championships, cannot make adjustments. Like that's just factually incorrect. Like, he don't know what he's talking about with that one. And I understand at the beginning of this video, he said he likes Steve Kerr personally and all that stuff, but it's got to be something that he got against him to where he would say these type of things, because that don't even, you can actually go and factually prove what he just said right there to be wrong. All you got to go do is just go find just go recap all the championship runs, and you will find points and periods in each playoff series where some type of adjustment had to be made. I know this. I'm a Warriors fan. I've seen every championship run, every series that they've played in all of these championship runs. So I know Steve Kerr has made adjustments. Whether it's been rotation, whether it's been this player was starting, but he ain't going to start now. We're going to put this other player in, and somebody else is going to start now, and this player is going to come off the bench, or just whether it's been X's and O's. Like, Steve Kerr can definitely make adjustments. You're not a 4-time champion as a head coach and you don't know how to make adjustments. Just that alone, you know what I'm saying? Just the fact that he's a 4-time champion tells me that he knows how to make adjustments. So I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
I actually thought my husband lost 10 pounds until I discovered his little secret. No matter how.
For much of the 2000 teens and for a little bit in the 2020s, right? When he had a team that was great enough and good enough to mask his limitations as a head coach, then these things weren't as noticeable. But
I don't agree with the wording. He doesn't have any limitations as a head coach. Like, what limitations do Steve Kerr have? He don't have no limitations as a head coach.
Now we see the flaws. We see Steve Kerr, a supposed all-time head, a Hall of Fame head coach, consistently get out-coached during the playoffs.
That's bullshit.
We see how Steph Curry and when he was there, at least Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson when he was there, and whoever, they have to consistently, especially Steph Curry, consistently carry a team.
Andrew Wiggins? Hold up. So you're going to sit up here and say Andrew Wiggins had to like, bro, Andrew Wiggins had that one good year where we won a championship in 2022. Like, he had that one good year. Travis Anderson. Okay, so what is he right about? Tell me what he's right about, bro, when it comes to that. Like, he's not right about that, like, at all. You know what I'm saying? Bro, they beat LeBron 3 times. What are you talking about? They beat him 3 times. The one time, the one time that they lost to the Cavaliers, the NBA had input on that. They fucking suspended Draymond Green. The fuck? Like, bro, I don't listen. This is my whole point about this Steve Kerr thing, bro. Regardless of whatever you think, whatever anybody thinks about what he hasn't or like his shortcomings as a head coach, the fact that he's won 4 championship rings is always going to override it. And it should. Always. He's won 4 championships, bro. It's about the results. It's about the results. How can you look at one championship loss, but then overlook 4 championship wins? Like to me, that's not smart. Like that's just straight stupid. So you're gonna focus on one championship loss versus 4 championship wins. Now I know they got 2 championship losses. They lost to the Toronto Raptors in 2019 as well. But I'm saying, since we talking about, you said that they lost to the reason why they lost to. Wait a fucking minute. I am the biggest Steph Curry fan. He is my favorite fucking player. But you're not going to sit there and tell me that Steve Kerr was the reason why they lost after Steph Curry performed how he performed in that Game 7 in 2016. You're just not going to do it. I love Steph Curry. He did not show up in Game 7. Now, granted, people forget in that 2016 run, Steph Curry had a sprained MCL. He hurt his knee in Game 1 of the playoffs in the first round in Game 1 against the Houston Rockets. And he missed the remainder of that series. And then he missed half of the next series in the second round against the Portland Trailblazers. And then he came back in Game 4, scored the most points anybody's ever scored in overtime. That was the I'm back game. You know what I'm saying? But my point in saying that is that had history not been on the line, because they won 73 games that year, had history not been on the line and they not been trying to win a championship, basically, if that was like the middle of the season, Steph Curry would not have came back. He wouldn't have been back that early. Instead of missing 2 or 3 weeks, he would have missed at least like a month and a half, 2 months. what I'm saying, to let that injury fully heal. Okay, but because they were trying to win a championship, he came back early. So yeah, I understand that Steph Curry was still a little banged up. Still, you was out there on the court. Ain't nobody gonna sit up there and tell me that Steve Kerr deserves more blame than Steph Curry after they was up 3-1 in the series, and then y'all let them walk you down. There's a whole bunch of people that can be blamed before Steve Kerr. The NBA, Adam Silver, Steph Curry, and his lack of showing up like the unanimous MVP that he was. And like I said, this is coming from a Warriors fan. This is coming from a player that Steph Curry is like, he's brought me so much joy. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely love Steph Curry. Okay? I just got to call it how I see it, though. You know what I'm saying? I just got to call it how I see it. You feel me? So that's bullshit. That's total. That's total fucking bullshit. Like, Steph Curry is more to blame for why they lost that game than fucking Steve Kerr. Fuck out of here with that, bro. Like, that's bullshit. So you lost on that one, Travis Anderson. I win. I won. Yeah. So Brody. So Too Raw for TV. He's wrong on this one, bro. Cubic say who to go. Everybody want to know who to go, bro. Why y'all got to keep asking? Y'all know Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, bro. Like, this is not up for debate. It's just facts.
On their backs and produce these Superman performances, and oftentimes to override what Steve Kerr is not doing out there on the court. I mean, at this point, why on earth are you still playing small ball when you don't have the personnel to implement this strategy? He does these things, and it's never really called out by the media.
The reason why he's not called out is because he has 4 championship rings. When you win as much as Steve Kerr has won, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. It just is what it is. That comes with being a 4-time champion. Okay? Like, that's the reason why he doesn't get called out as much. Like, bro, this is my point. This is my point in saying this too. Dude, he's won 4. He's already done his job. Anything else, any more success that happens for the Golden State Warriors and Steve Kerr from this point on, it's all just icing on the cake. Like, bro, like, he's talking as if he's some type of coach that needs to prove something. He has nothing to prove. He's won 4 of those things, buddy. He's been to 6 finals. What are we talking about? He had a season where they won the most games that anybody has ever won in a single season, surpassing the all-time great 96 Bulls who won 72. They won 73 games. And yeah, they lost in the finals, but barely. Fucking barely, bro. It took for Steph Curry to be hurt. It took for Andrew Bogut to be hurt. It took for Andre Iguodala to be hurt. And it took all the way until the last minute of a game 7 for them to lose, bro. Like, they didn't just get fucking blown out. They barely fucking lost. So, like Steve Kerr doesn't have anything to prove. That's the reason why he doesn't get called out by the media. There's nothing to prove. He's already won. So this is where my disagreement comes with this take, is that he's talking about Steve Kerr like he has something to prove. He has absolutely nothing to prove, bro. Absolutely nothing. He got 4 championship rings, bro. Like, that's not, I mean, come on now. Like, it's what are we talking about, bro?
He was doing these things this past year. The fact that you've had multiple players who Steve Kerr have not been able to develop or help to develop as a head coach.
Oh, my gosh.
Because he is so limited.
Oh, my gosh. This whole Steve Kerr don't develop. So, what about Jordan Poole? He didn't develop Jordan Poole. Like, Jordan Poole was an absolute bum. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of his career. Sent him down to the G League, brought him back up. Sent him down to the G League, brought him back up. And to where Jordan Poole became a good enough player. In that 22 season, he was a great player. Okay, a borderline all-star. Okay, so he didn't develop. He didn't help develop. And this is another thing about this whole develop. Like, bro, like what you guys got to understand, players, bro. It's their like, bro. They're trying to win championships, bro. It's the coach's job to figure out how can this particular player and what he does best, how can I get that to be like inter with what we're trying to do as a team to help us win. And he's done that like mightily, bro. So I disagree with that too. Like if every player that gets drafted to a team, it's not. How am I trying to say this? Like, all players don't pan out, bro. So should the coach be blamed because? And I'm talking about any coach on any team. Should the coach be blamed because every player that they draft don't pan out to being, like some type of great all-star player or whatever? They do this. I hear the same thing about in football about Kyle Shanahan. Okay. Oh, they didn't drafted these players. This player didn't work out. This player didn't work out. But you don't talk about the players that they did draft that did end up working out, or the players that they signed that did end up working out. Like, so I disagree with that, bro. Like, you can't argue the results. 4 championship rings cannot be argued. If you don't like them, just say you don't like them, bro. Just say I don't like Steve Kerr for whatever reason you don't like him. But to try to say he can't develop, like. This guy is talking about Steve Kerr like he's a fucking bum-ass coach. Like, I don't understand how you can talk this way about a coach that has won 4 championships, bro. Goated, what's up with you, boy? Goated Leangelo, by winning that much, he proved at no point he's never ever the problem. Period, point blank. There's a reason the Heat don't fire Spo, and it's the same reason Golden State should never fire Kerr. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Eric Spoelstra hasn't won any championships since the Heatles. Now, they have been back to 2 finals, okay? Proven he's a great coach, bro. He's proven it. They haven't been able to get over the hump and actually win it since LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, but they've gotten back to the finals a few times. Okay, so he's proven that he knows what he's doing. Okay, they just haven't had a good enough team to be able to. Same thing with Steve Kerr, and he actually has won a championship in recent years. 2022 was only 3 years ago, bro. It ain't like it's 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It's 3 years ago. There's been 3 champions since the Warriors last won their last championship: the Nuggets, the Celtics, and the Thunder. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I understand having some type of criticism and critique for Steve Kerr, but the way Too Raw for TV is talking about him, he's talking about him like he ain't done nothing. Like he's just an absolute fucking bum. And I don't, to me, there has to be something more there. Like, because you cannot argue the results, bro. Like, it's about winning. So, he's going to always get the benefit of the doubt, and he's going to always get a pass because he's won so much. It just is what it is. Jelani Barker said Mark Jackson already got them to a playoff team. Kerr just tweaked a little bit to get them over the hump. Kerr doesn't even make good adjustments. A better coach. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You're wrong. For one, before I'm sure you probably wasn't on the live this whole time. I already talked about that. My love and respect to Mark Jackson. I love Mark Jackson. I've already said Mark Jackson laid the foundation for what the Warriors ended up becoming. Steve Kerr even said this out of his own mouth. himself, okay? But what we're not going to do, because the proof in what Steve Kerr did is, before Steve Kerr, Steph Curry was just he was a good player, okay, but he was just like a borderline all-star player. That's what he was. When Steve Kerr became the head coach, he instantly won an MVP and became an MVP caliber player and an all-time great caliber player. Instantly, bro. So like you cannot, and they won the championship in his first year, bro. So Steve Kerr, without Steve Kerr, Steph Curry don't become, obviously, bro, Steph Curry is what he is. He's the player that he is. He did this, okay? But, bro, the facts is right there. The facts is right there. And the whole Steve Kerr don't make adjustments thing, like I said, go back to, bro, how can a coach that has won 4 championships not know how to make adjustments? Just in that alone, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, okay? It's so many times that Steve Kerr has had to make adjustments, bro. He did it in the first finals that they ever won in 2015. Andre Iguodala was coming off the bench, okay? He recognized that I need to insert Andre Iguodala into the starting lineup to help somewhat contain LeBron James. As soon as he did that, they didn't lose another game in that series. They was down 2-1, and they ended up winning the last 3 games of that series to win the championship. That's an adjustment. So it's factually incorrect that Steve Kerr does not know how to make adjustments. That's just flat out wrong. Okay? If you don't like him, just say you don't like him. Okay? Now, as far as who you think is a better coach between Eric Spoelstra and Steve Kerr, that's your opinion. If you feel like Eric Spoelstra is a better coach, you entitled to have that opinion. I'll be not just because the fact that I'm a Golden State Warriors fan, but I'm gonna just look at the numbers and the facts. 4 is greater than 2. 6 finals appearances is okay. Well, they both do have 6 finals appearances, so I was gonna say 6 is more than 4, but I forgot that they did go to 4 finals with the Heat. They just won 2, and then he went to another 2 after that. So they both have 6 finals appearances, okay? But 4 is greater than 2. This last championship that the Warriors won, nobody thought they was going to win that. The first championship that they won, nobody thought they was going to win that. Coming into that 2015 season, there's nobody in the universe that thought the Golden State Warriors was going to end that season hoisting a championship trophy. And they won a championship in his first year. So you don't know what you're talking about, bro. Okay? So I disagree with Two Rawford TV on this. I love his content. I love his channel. I'm subscribed to it. I'm going to continue watching it. We agree on our disdain for LeBron James. But I don't know what he got against Steve Kerr. But he talking about Steve Kerr like he's just a piece of shit. And that's
as far as how he wants to play teams and who he wants to develop. He had these problems with Wiseman, right? Then, of course, you know what I'm saying?
Wiseman?
You lack the ability to control a player on your team and Draymond Green. From what I can tell, you're scared of the guy.
Dude. Steve Kerr's not scared of Draymond Green. Okay? That's for one. And exactly. Wiseman, thank you, Goldie Leangelo. Wiseman is not Steve Kerr's fault. The only thing I will say about Wiseman is I do feel that not Steve Kerr, but the team in general, I think maybe they probably gave up on him a little bit too fast. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, Wiseman is not Steve Kerr's fault at all. No player is Steve Kerr's fault, bro. Bro, you gotta fall in line. This is a championship team, bro. You gotta fall in line. Like, I'm sorry. They was already winning championships. You got to fall in line, brother. Okay? Like, it just is what it is. It just is what it is, bro. Like, you have to fall in line, okay? And let me start going down here, bro, because they finna come knocking at this door and telling me I gotta check out. I'm at this hotel. You feel me? So, but you gotta fall in line, brother. You know what I'm saying? Wiseman is not Steve Kerr's fault, bro, at all. And what was I gonna say? Golden said Wiseman didn't have a winning mentality and had injury issues. Yeah, he had, bro. Like, Kerr can't fix that. Steve Kerr cannot fix that. You feel me? Steve Kerr cannot fix that. So I totally agree, bro. So so you're gonna use Wiseman as a reason to why as part of the reason why you're choosing to criticize Steve Kerr. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. You feel me? Like, that just don't make no damn sense. You feel me? Now he's just coming up with anything just to because Wiseman went to other teams. What has Wiseman done on it? If it was all Steve Kerr fault why Wiseman wasn't successful, what happened when he went to the Pistons? What happened when he went to Indiana? Come on, man. Like, y'all gotta stop this shit. You feel me? And this is my point, because it's like, you guys are letting the fact that you like somebody, you guys are letting the fact that you don't like somebody get you to not use your common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense, bro. You know, it don't make no sense at all. And it don't make no sense at all. And what you're doing, what everybody in chat, give your boy a like one time. And what you're doing when you're doing that is, so now it's like, so it doesn't, so his 4 championship rings don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing. A coach that had won 4 championship rings is at the helm of one of the greatest dynasties in the most recent dynasty in NBA history. That don't mean nothing. You feel me? That don't mean nothing at all. That's just I don't understand that at all. You feel me? But Kerr put Steph in it, and that's my thing. It's like, bro, like you're gonna say all of these things, but discount all of the positive things. For one, the main only positive thing to say is he won 4 championships. Oh, that's all you gotta say. That's all that matters. 4 rings. That's the reason why he gets like Two-Raw was saying, well, he gets a pass for, bro, when you win, like, that's the result of winning as much as he's won. You're going to get a pass for certain shit. And it's well deserved. You feel me? Like I said, Steve Kerr doesn't have anything to prove, bro. Anything that happens from here on out is icing on the cake. He's already done what he was supposed to done. There's nothing more to prove. Why are we talking about Steve Kerr like he still has something to prove as a head coach? He has nothing to prove. Absolutely nothing. Oh, well, I want to see him. Well, he didn't have Steph Curry. Well, like I said, for one, he elevated Steph Curry. He elevates Steph Curry to what we know. Okay? That's not to say that Steph Curry, because yeah, would Steph Curry have continued to get better and better and better? Yeah. But Steve Kerr's first year as head coach was Steph Curry's 6th year. It wasn't like it was his fucking 2nd or 3rd year. It was his 6th year in the league when Steve Kerr took over as head coach. So by the time you in your 6th year, you kind of is what you is. And Steve Kerr took him another notch. That cannot be disputed. It cannot be disputed, bruh. Let me see if this, I gotta put this thing in there. It cannot be disputed, bro. You know what I'm saying? He took Steph Curry up another notch. He just did. You know what I mean? His first year, they won a championship. His first year as head coach. Okay. Also, his first year was the year that Steph Curry won his first MVP. Okay. His second year, they won 73 fucking games. What the fuck? Like, what are we talking about here, bro? What are we talking about? I don't know what the deal is with not liking Steve Kerr. He ain't done. I mean, he stands up for equal rights. He always says the right things. He don't throw his players under the bus. He always gets in the media and takes the blame when when things when the team isn't successful. He don't, you know what I mean? Like I said, he don't throw his team under the bus. Anytime there's been any senseless police shooting or whatever, he stands up in the media for social injustices. Like why don't we like Steve Kerr? Like it just don't make no damn sense at all. I just don't get it. You feel me? I don't get it at all. Yeah, I don't get it at all. You feel me? But yeah. Hold on, I'm finna walk up. My bad, y'all. I'm finna go jump in the car. Hold on. Let me take this piss real quick. Gotta drain the main vein. I've been sipping on that wine. But yeah, man, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. And like I said, it goes back to the whole thing about winning. If we're going to criticize Steve Kerr and he's won as much as he's won, what's the point of winning then? What's the point? It don't make no damn sense. We shouldn't even there's no point. Like the objective of sports is to win. The objective of these games are to win. You know what I'm saying? And sports can teach you life lessons. You know what I'm saying? You can learn a lot of things from sports, like teamwork. You know what I mean? And you can apply that to regular life. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it's about winning, bro. And he's done that. You feel me? Steve Kerr has done that. know what I'm saying? I'm finna move on to the next topic pretty soon. I want to talk about this Cam Newton situation. But man, yeah, man, let me know what y'all think, man. Jelani Baker, Langelo, he may come from great coaching trees, but he doesn't hold a candle to Pop or Phil. Yeah, he does. What makes you say that? Jelani Baker, what makes you say that, bro? Like give me some facts. Give me some type of reasoning of why you wouldn't put Steve Kerr on the level of I understand they have more rings. You know what I'm saying? I get that part. Outside of that, what tell me what reason would you not put like how so because when you say he can't hold a candle, that means he's nowhere in the vicinity. That's bullshit. That's 100% bullshit. Okay? To say that he's not I need to hear you know what I'm saying? I need to hear something. I don't want to just hear, oh, he ain't as good as it. Tell me why. Tell me why he isn't as good. You know what I'm saying? Don't just say he's not. Tell me why he's not. Because all I'm hearing is a whole bunch of emotion. All I'm hearing is a whole bunch of, well, I just don't like him. For one, tell me who you, Jelani Baker. Who are you a fan of? That's one thing I want to know. Who's your team? Excuse me. All done. Who's your team? Just watch the games, bro. What do you mean just watch the games? Like, there's no fucking Warriors game I haven't watched. What you talking about? You're not answering the question. You're not answering the question, bro. Like, you think I'm saying all of this stuff and I haven't watched the damn games? Like, there's very minimal. There is very minimal Golden State Warriors games that I haven't seen in this era. I've damn near watched all of them. From preseason to regular season to postseason. You feel me? So I watch the games. And when I'm watching the games, I'm seeing a whole bunch of winning. I'm seeing a whole bunch of championships being won. He done won more than Eric Spoelstra. Who are you a fan of, bro? Who's your team? Because, see, that's going to tell me a lot. Because, see, that's going to tell me whether I even need to be paying attention to you or not. My bad. Motherfucking My bad, y'all. Okay. I can't see. Fuck, bro. I can't see. Where's the chat at, man? I can't see the chat, y'all. Hold on. I wonder if I gotta restart this. Let's restart this over, man. I'm trying not to, but I can't see the chat. I know I'm back live. I can see I'm back live. It say I got 33 people up in here, but I cannot see the chat. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me try this real quick. Okay. Now I can see the chat again. All right. So, what? What the fuck is this? What you talking about? Chat filter, top messages. All right. We back. So, what was I saying? Okay, Jelani Baker. I don't know if Jelani Baker, but Jelani Baker said, from what I've seen, he hasn't done shit. I'm a KD fan. Oh, so that makes sense. Now I understand why. Now I understand why you saying what you saying. If you up in here, you a Kevin Durant fan. From what some reports said towards the end of KD's tenure, State Warriors, he wasn't feeling Steve Kerr like that. So fucking what? Fuck Kevin Durant. What the fuck has Kevin Durant done since before the Golden State Warriors or after? Nothing. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about no fucking Kevin Durant. Fuck Kevin Durant. That nigga ain't fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Thought he was leaving us for dead when he left in 2019 to go to the Brooklyn Nets. And what happened? Yo ass didn't win shit. Didn't even get out of the fucking second round. Not only that, in 2022, when we won our last championship, we beat the team in the finals in the Boston Celtics that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving got swept by in the first round. So I know why he don't like Steve Kerr, but we don't give a fuck about no damn Kevin Durant. Like, as a Warriors fan, I'm sorry to say, I'm one of the Warriors fans that feel that we helped Kevin Durant out way much more than he helped us. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? Proven by the championships before him and after him, and the fact that he ain't did shit since he left us. You feel me? This nigga bouncing around the league like a fucking prostitute, going from team to team. You feel me? Trying to chase rings and all that other shit so he can finally win one and prove. See, I didn't need Steph Curry. I didn't need Steve Kerr. I didn't need Draymond Green. Draymond Green told you to your motherfucking face, you a bitch. You a bitch, Kevin Durant. Fuck out my face. Told you to your face, you didn't do nothing, boy. So, I don't want to hear nothing about no Kevin Durant. I'm a Kevin Durant fan. I'm a KD fan. Now it makes sense. Now I see why you said he happened to. So you basically saying what you're saying about Steve Kerr off the fact that you don't like him. So you're not looking at it logically. You being like a female and looking at it through emotions and feelings. Well, I don't like him because of how he treated Kevin. One, he ain't treat Kevin Durant no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him because Kevin Durant didn't like him and this and that and blah, 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 blah. That's all feelings and emotions, bro. We don't give a fuck about Kevin Durant. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So if you saying this shit off Kevin Durant, that I understand now why you're saying that. You're not looking at it logically. You're not looking at it factually. You looking at it emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Feelings wise. So your opinion don't even fucking matter. Really, to be honest with you, I respect you. I fuck with you for being in the chat, you know what I mean? And being here. So I'm not saying it on no personal level. I'm just saying as far as a sports debate level. You know what I mean? We just going back and forth. It's a little friendly banter. I'm just saying it just is what it is. You're not looking at it from logistics, bro. You looking at it from feelings. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the reason why I said, who's your team? I had to do a little investigation because it doesn't make any sense to things that you're saying. You just say, oh, he ain't did shit. He ain't done nothing. And Spoelstra is better than him and all this other stuff. That don't make no damn sense. I'll take 4 over 2 any damn day. Yeah. You feel me? That's just me. That's just me. I'm finna get to this next topic though. Oh shit, wait, hold on, my bad. I do need to pull my laptop back out. And I need to stay where I'm at for that because I got internet service right here. So let me pull my laptop back out so I can play a little bit more from this Too Raw from TV. And give my perspective on that. You feel me? Hey, Kermit, you feel me? We got the same last name too, Kermit. My last name Alexander too. World Breaker said, what you doing? You in here capping on the 80s and 90s again? Never capping. All facts. It's never cap. Ain't no cap in my rap, big dog. No cap in my rap. I ain't doing nothing but keeping it all real. You know what I mean? Ain't no motherfucking cap in my rap. Yeah. World Breakers say, we all know 90s overrated. The 90s is one of the best eras ever. '90s one of the best eras ever. I know you young whippersnappers don't like to hear that. Jelani Baker said, I've never seen a game or series where I could definitively say Kerr out-coached somebody. If that was the case, they would have never lost when they were up 3-1. Bro, why do we have to keep going? Okay, you never seen it? What about the series before the finals when they were down 3-1? He didn't out-coach the other coach was down 3-1 in that series. Why you want to talk about Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant had the Warriors down 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals 2016. Explain to me what happened. I'll wait. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Kevin Durant, bitch ass nigga that he is, and then came and joined that very same team to get the most easy championships that a superstar could ever get for him. Not for Steph, Clay, and Dre, because they was already there. They had already won a championship. So it doesn't make any sense. I understand you're probably young, bro. You're probably younger, okay? You can't be a KD fan and use the 3-1 argument. We was down 3-1 the series before to Kevin Durant, and he did the same thing. And
Kevin Durant don't have the fortune of saying, well, one of our key players got suspended in a pivotal game 5. He can't say, oh, our best player, who was Steph Curry in the finals, which would have been him in the Western Conference Finals, he was hobbled because he wasn't fully recovered from the injury that he sustained in the first round of that playoff run. And then 2 players on that team getting injured and late in that finals run, and Andrew Bogut and Andre Iguodala. He can't say none of that. They was healthy, they was young, they was that Oklahoma City Thunder team was actually the Warriors before the Warriors. They just didn't close the deal. So you can't use that 3-1 argument. So did Steve Kerr out-coach whoever the fucking coach was for the Oklahoma City Thunder when he was down 3-1 and then ended up coming back? See, you put your foot in your mouth right there. You put your foot in your mouth right there. So, because if that's what you're going to use to say he got out-coached or he never out-coached somebody, well, he out-coached somebody in the Western Conference Finals when he was down 3-1 and then came back. See what I'm saying? So it don't make no sense, bro. Like it doesn't. It don't. That argument holds no weight. None. Okay. Now let me pull my laptop out and get back to it, so I can move on to Cam Newton. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Bro, still wouldn't have 4 chips. Listen to what you saying, bro. Okay, Ellis Powell, listen to what you saying. Still wouldn't have 4 chips if KD never went there. For one, that will never be proven. We won't know that. We just won't know because he came over there and they end up winning the next 2. So we don't know. What we do know is that they still got 2 without him and he don't have none without them. So like either way it goes, it's more in favor of the Warriors. And even if they only have those 2, like I said, as a lifelong Warriors fan who grew up rooting for the Warriors my whole life and the team was straight butt cheeks my whole life, I'm satisfied with just 1 or 2 rings. I never thought I would see them win 1, let alone 4. So like that's a weak argument to it. Well, they still wouldn't have had them. They still wouldn't have had them 2 rings if KD never came. Nigga, he don't got no rings if he never came over there. I don't understand when people make that argument, bro. It doesn't make any sense. It don't matter what way you try to slice it, bro. It's that argument between KD and the Warriors and who helped who and all this other shit. It's always going to sway in more favor to the Warriors because they've won 2 championships without him and he has won nothing without them. And in their last championship, the team that they beat in the finals, he got swept by in the first round. So it doesn't make any sense. Okay, Ellis Powell, when he got hurt, what happened? What do you mean? You mean in 2019 when he got hurt in the second round? Oh, what happened? They went on to beat the Houston Rockets in the second round. Then they went on to sweep the Portland Trailblazers in the Western Conference Finals. That's what happened. If you let the media tell it, once KD went down in 2019 in the second round, that was supposed to be over. Like, he went down in like game 3. So the Rockets had, but they still had Chris Paul and James Harden. That was the series in 2019 where in game 6 in Houston, Steph Curry scored 0 points in the first half, looked like he was nowhere to be found, and then in the second half, he scored 33 points and closed them out. And then in the next round, Steph, Clay, and Dre did what Steph, Clay, and Dre do in the Western Conference Finals. KD didn't play at all. They swept the Portland Trail Blazers. Swept them. So they got all the way to the finals without the nigga. Kevin Durant was not needed on the Golden State Warriors, bro. They could have had a player of lesser caliber and still won those championships. I'm sorry. And that's proven by the fact that in his same position, they won a championship with Harrison Barnes. And then after him, they won a championship with Andrew Wiggins in that same position. It's all Kevin Durant did was take them from like a great team, a championship team, to an all-time great team. To where it was just like, all right, just pencil them in. And they still had struggles throughout both of these. Not the first one in 17. In 2017, they didn't have no struggles in that playoff run. But in 2018, with Kevin Durant there, they still had struggles. They almost lost to the Houston Rockets in what's that? In the Western Conference Finals. They was down 3-2. Even as a Warriors fan, I say that if Chris Paul didn't get hurt, I don't know if the Warriors would have won that series. And that's with Kevin Durant. Okay? So this whole Kevin Durant thing, bro, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I got less respect for Kevin Durant than I got for LeBron James. And everybody know how I feel about LeBron James. I despise, I detest, disdain LeBron James. I got less respect for Kevin Durant than LeBron James. Straight up. Come on, Sizzle, you know I'm going to hit him with the history, bro. I was there. I seen it. I seen it, bro. I was there. I don't forget these things. You know what I mean? So when they come up in here talking about Kevin Durant and all that other shit, please, that's the last motherfucker to bring up. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant is bro, I'm thankful that Kevin Durant came to my team and helped us further our dynasty and win more championships. But was he just absolutely needed? He was not. He was not needed. Shav Malik, KD is better than LeBron. In no fucking planet is Kevin Durant better than LeBron. You might say he's a better offensive player, but overall basketball player, NBA player, 5-on-5 basketball, he's not better than LeBron James. Before Kevin Durant went to the Golden State Warriors, you know what LeBron James was doing to Kevin Durant? Smacking him up. Smacking him up. Y'all remember the whole Kevin Durant not nice campaign? I'm tired of being number 2. I'm tired of always falling in number 2, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Why was he falling in number 2? Number 1, LeBron James. So, I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it. The only time Kevin Durant ever had success against LeBron James is when he was with the Avengers. Is when he was with the Golden State Warriors. That's it. Before he went to the Golden State Warriors, that was the whole thing. He can't beat LeBron. Steph Curry had already beat him. So what are we talking about, bro? KD is not better than LeBron. So I'm not mad at you for saying Steph the GOAT. He ain't the GOAT, but you know what I mean? Yeah, but KD is not better than LeBron James. But yeah, let me get back to this real quick. I swear I didn't mean to be talking about Steve Kerr for 2 hours. I swear I didn't. I did not mean to do it. Oh my gosh, come on. I can't, but it's definitely a good, I like having these conversations though, because I like to hear other people's opinions. Yeah, I like to hear other people's opinions. Yeah. All right. Let's hear a little bit more of this, and I'm finna get off this Steve Kerr topic.
Chuck Daly, Pat Riley.
LeBron had the Avengers in Miami when they beat a young OKC. Okay, I'll give you that somewhat. I'll give you that. But the fact of the matter is still, though, bro, that Kevin Durant was not able to beat, you know what I'm saying, LeBron James, bro, until he joined up with the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't able to do it. That's all I'm saying. It's just, to me, when we're talking about overall all-time list, give me LeBron James over Kevin Durant. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. Michael Goody say, stop bitching. KD, please. The disrespect is ugly. The stimulus package chip, Draymond suspension. We know KD was the best player in every series he played in, even the losses. In what series? Kevin Durant wasn't never better. Kevin Durant ain't better than LeBron James, and he ain't better than Steph Curry. He was never better than Steph Curry. This was always Steph Curry's team. Always. I don't give a fuck about them damn finals MVPs. You can go back and look at the stats. Okay? I've said this before in the past. When Kevin Durant was on the Golden State, in games where Kevin Durant played, but Steph Curry didn't because of injury or rest or whatever. Okay, I'll say it this way. In games where Steph Curry played and Kevin Durant didn't because of injuries or resting or whatever, the team stayed exactly the same. As far as their dominance over other teams, the stats, team record-wise, win-loss-wise, all of it. It stayed the same. As long as Steph Curry was on court, even if Kevin Durant wasn't there, it stayed the same. Now, when you flip that, this is all verifiable things that you can go look up, okay? When you flip that, the games where Kevin Durant played, but Steph Curry didn't play because of either injuries or rest or load management or whatever, yeah, the Warriors were still a good team, but they weren't as good, okay? There was a dip in offensive efficiency, even defensive efficiency, and team loss record. They still were a good team, but they didn't win at the same clip, okay? These are all verifiable stats, okay? Not only that, Ty Lue, okay? Tyronn Lue, the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers at that time, this is something you can look up. He said it. All you got to do is type in Ty Lue says Steph Curry is more important than Kevin Durant or whatever. Ty Lue came out and said, when we play the Golden State Warriors, we understand Kevin Durant is a great player. We understand he's a great scorer. When we play the Golden State Warriors, my defense is geared towards stopping Steph Curry and blitzing Steph Curry. He is the entity that we must stop. So what he's saying is, regardless of how we're willing to leave Kevin Durant out on an island by himself to go one-on-one with a player. And we all know how great of a scorer and how great an offensive player that Kevin Durant is. He said, even with us knowing how great of an offensive player that Kevin Durant is, Ty Lue said this. He said that I would rather leave him on an island by himself and go double team or triple team Steph Curry, okay? Because he's the person that we got to stop to disrupt whatever they got going on offensively. That tells you all you need to know. This is an opposing head coach telling you this. That tell you all you need to know, okay? If you think I'm lying, all you got to go do is look it up. I would type it up myself right now. It's just that I'm on what I'm talking about right now, and I don't want to get too off track. But everything has proven it, bro. That, you know what I mean? Like, the only thing that I give Kevin Durant over Steph Curry is height. That's it. That's all I give Kevin Durant over Steph Curry. He's just taller. That's it. But on the basketball court, he has proven he's a better NBA player than Kevin Durant. Period, point blank. You can't argue the facts, bro. Bombaclat Boy said 2010 through the 2014 Heat ain't the same team as the 2015-2018 Cavs. Says who? Says who? It was a motherfucking super team. LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love versus LeBron, D Wade, and I understand what you say, and Chris Bosh. I understand what you're trying to say. I mean, I'm not even gonna say that I disagree with that, but even if those Heat teams were better, it wasn't by a lot. The Heat went to 4 straight championships. Those Cavs went to 4 straight championships. Same thing, same difference. Same difference. You know what I'm saying? I give you that the Heat won 2 and those Cavs only won 1, but same difference. I would argue that LeBron James was a better player from 2015 through 18 than he was from 2010 to 14. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. Either way, both versions of those LeBron Jameses were all-time great players. But, I mean, we get into semantics with that. You feel me? But, yeah. Either way, bro, it doesn't matter, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? The facts are the facts. What has been proven, and it is what it is. It just is what it is, big dog.
Phil Jackson, they would have never allowed what Draymond Green has done to happen under their watch. Never.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say. So he's talking about, he wants to criticize Steve Kerr because he's saying that Steve Kerr allows for Draymond Green to just run amok and this and that. Bro, this is big boy basketball, bro. This is professional basketball. Like, ain't no kids. There's no, bro. And Steve Kerr is only the head coach. He's not the general manager. So there's somebody else above Steve Kerr that has the wherewithal to get off the team if they feel like he's a true detriment to the team. He's not, bro. With a player like Draymond Green, you have to take the good with the bad. He's an all-time great defender. Okay? He helps facilitate the offense, and he has contributed to all 4 championship rings. Like, he's integral to what they do. Okay, he do a couple little antics and all that shit. I would look over it too. I would, because guess what? It's about winning. You get Draymond Green off the team, you're not as good. You're just not. Y'all want to look at scoring or what he don't this and that, blah, blah. Bro, everybody on the team cannot have the basketball. Everybody on the team can't score 25, 30 points a game. Somebody got to do some other shit. Draymond Green does all the other shit. And not only that, I remember a time Draymond Green's inefficiency offensively started once Kevin Durant came. Before Kevin Durant came, like Draymond Green he was more of a scorer. He was never like some 20-point per game scorer, but even if we go back to the 2016 finals, if they win that game 7, Draymond Green is the finals MVP, not Steph Curry. Draymond Green would have been the finals MVP. Go look at his numbers in game 7. He balled the fuck out. He had like 36 points, like damn near like 15 rebounds, 7-8 assists, was active defensively. He hit like 6 or 7 threes. He was like 7 of 9 from 3 in that game. You know what I'm saying? So to hold Steve Kerr accountable for Draymond Green, like, bro, like that's a grown man. I heard Stephen A. Smith last year try to do the same thing to Steph Curry and try to hold Steph Curry accountable for Draymond Green. Bro, it's not Steph Curry's job to, like, bro, Steph Curry can say, listen, we need you out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Chill out a little bit. That's all he can say. He ain't like, that's not his fucking kid. That's not his fucking son. That's not his job to like, that's not his job, bro. That's not his job. I would say maybe it's a little bit more of Steve Kerr's job, but still in that, bro, like, Steve Kerr knows where his bread is buttered. He's just a head coach. So Steve Kerr understands that, yeah, Draymond can get a little wild sometimes, but he's still damn good. We still need him. Just this very past year, 2025, Draymond Green was a Defensive Player of the Year finalist. Okay? He finished top 3. He was a finalist. First team all defense. Okay? So he's still a great player. So I don't like Too Raw is, like I said, I don't know what he got against Steve Kerr, but it's something that he got against Steve Kerr where he's coming up with these excuses to blame Steve Kerr for things. And it's like, how can you blame Steve Kerr? He got 4 rings. He's won. He's done his job. There's nothing more to prove. Anything else that any more success that they have going from this point going forward, it's all icing on the cake. It's all icing on the cake. They've already proven what they needed to. He's already done what he needed to do, bro. Like, there's nothing to prove. So this is what lets me know he must got something against him.
Man has cost Steve Kerr a minimum of 2 championships.
I disagree. That's another thing. He says that Draymond Green has cost the Warriors a minimum of 2 championships. That's bullshit. I disagree. He ain't, bro. Things play out how they're supposed to play out, bro. Draymond, and even if that's the case, even if that's true, let's say that's true, which it's not, but let's say it's true that Draymond Green has cost the Warriors 2 championships. Should that override the 4 that he's contributed to? Should it? Should the 2 finals losses override the 4 championships that he helped win. So, like, the math ain't mathing, bro. If you tell me before this whole thing happens that, listen, with Draymond Green, you're going to win 4 championships. Now, he's going to cost you 2. You're going to have a chance to win 6. You're going to miss out on 6, but you're going to still win 4. I'm taking the 4 and 2 every fucking time. The fuck do you mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense, bro. Even if he did cost him those 2, he also helped win those 4. So what are we talking about? Every argument that he makes against Steve Kerr, I can make an argument for Steve Kerr in that same argument. You know what I'm saying?
Draymond Green, 2 championships. Then you keep having these players who, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason, you won't play because you're limited in how you, you know what I'm saying, as a head coach, you're limited in how you can strategize. Steve Kerr cannot, for the life of him, build a team.
Mr. Booty Cootie says, Steve Kerr is an overrated coach. I'm a Warriors fan, and I agree. So who you want?
Who you then? Who you want instead of Steve Kerr? And also, let me ask you this, Mr. Booty Cootie. How long have you been, how old are you, and how long have you been a Warriors fan? Like, bro, you guys, y'all don't understand, bro. Like, you're not entitled. Like, the Warriors have, to these young Warriors fans, y'all think this shit is just supposed to happen. This ain't supposed to happen, bro. The Warriors don't have no championships without Steve Kerr. None. You know how I know that? Because they don't have any without him. Like, you can't argue the results. You cannot argue the results, bro. It's inarguable. He's won 4 championships. How is he overrated and he's won 4 championships? That doesn't make any sense. It's all emotions, bro. It's all feelings. Who are you going to replace Steve Kerr with that's going to be better than him? Answer me that. Answer me that. And I don't want to hear Mark Jackson because, like I said, I love Mark Jackson, but he had 3 years. He didn't win no championship. Steve Kerr won a championship in his very first year. NBA Cloud. NBA Cloud. Mark Jackson was the head coach for 3 years. They never got outside of the second round, bro. With Steve Kerr, they won the championship in his first ever year as a head coach. And they beat the great LeBron James in the finals to do it. After being down 2-1 in that series with Game 4 in Cleveland. So the Cavaliers could have put a stranglehold on that series. They didn't do it. I understand he built the foundation. I said that. That has nothing to do with the point that he didn't win any championships, though. You see what I'm saying? So you can say Mark Jackson. All I know is that I said this earlier. When Steve Kerr became the head coach, Steph Curry went from a borderline all-star to an all-time great player. Is that just coincidence? In his very first year, he won MVP. Is that just coincidence? Steve Kerr don't get no credit for that. He gets no credit for that. Okay. So who are you going to replace? Who are you go look at the offense when Mark Jackson was there versus Steve Kerr. Like, bro, like, this is not even arguable, bro. You guys are going off of feelings, bro. They just won a championship in 2022. Who are you going to replace him with, bro? Many say Kerr isn't a great coach, but what they don't see is Steve isn't a play-heavy coach. He is a systems and flow coach. Like, bro, Steve Kerr, regardless of whatever you feel, okay, wherever Steve Kerr is at, championships follow. Period, point blank, bro. Okay? This is the dynasty of this era, and Steve Kerr is at the helm of it. You cannot take that away. You can have a funky ass opinion and say, oh, yeah, this and that. Yeah. I don't care if he's won 4 rings. I don't care if they have the most wins the most wins in a season that any team has had in 73. I don't care. I don't care if he was the head coach of a player that won the league's only unanimous MVP, the only unanimous MVP award ever. Fuck all of that. I don't care. He's overrated. Like, y'all sound stupid, bro. NBA Cloud. Didn't he blow a 3-1 lead? Didn't he come back from a 3-1 deficit? Didn't he come back from a 3-1 deficit the very round before against a motherfucker that y'all want to give all this credit to in Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant was up 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors. And they walked him down. And he can't use the same valid excuses that the Warriors can use, that somebody got suspended and multiple key players were injured. It doesn't matter if it's the finals. It doesn't matter. You have to win that series to get to the finals. You make no sense. NBA Cloud, you make no sense, bro. Absolutely none, bro. If they don't, so it's better to lose when you won 73 games in the regular season. It's better to lose in the Western Conference Finals than in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? Yeah. But it wasn't the finals. It was the conference finals. You have to win that to go to the next round. What are you talking about? Overplayed Durant caused injury in the finals. Dude, that's bullshit. You just, whatever excuse, all right, cool. Whatever excuse you want to use. Steve Kerr's trash. All right, bet. Let's roll with that. Steve Kerr is trash. He overused, bro. Ain't no such thing as overusing it's 48 fucking minutes in a game. How you overuse somebody, nigga? These weak ass, soft ass players in this era, nigga, in the 90s and the 2000s and the 80s and 70s, these motherfuckers was playing 40, 41, 42, 3 minutes a game. All 82 games, nigga. Nobody was fucking getting hurt. This old skinny ass, fragile ass motherfucker, that's his fucking fault. That ain't fucking Steve Kerr's fault he got hurt, nigga. How you gonna blame Steve Kerr? If anybody, blame the training staff. They the one that okayed for the nigga to come back in Game 4 of the finals when he should have never came back, not Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr has just said, oh, okay, y'all, he good to play? All right, put him out there. Steve Kerr don't make none of those calls. If the training staff say he's not available to play, he don't play. It ain't like the training staff say, nah, Steve Kerr, he can't play. But then Steve Kerr say, nah, fuck what y'all saying. I'm putting him in the game. If the training staff says Kevin Durant is okay to play, he's going to play. He's going to play. Period, point blank. And another thing, injuries happen in sports. Injuries happen, bro. You getting paid 30, 40, 50 fucking million a year. I'm supposed to not play you? Man, you better trot your little bitch ass out there, nigga. You gonna play. You gonna earn this motherfucking money. Fuck you talking about? All you doing is playing basketball. Kevin Durant had injuries in OKC. Kevin Durant missed significant time in his first stint with the OKC Thunder and since leaving the Warriors. So y'all just coming up with any type of excuse, bro. Any type of excuse. If you don't like Steve Kerr, just say I don't like Steve Kerr. I can accept that. What I can't accept is bogus ass excuses, bro. You cannot argue the results. Exactly. Shaper Media. That's like saying Halliburton's injury is on the Pacers coach. Like, what the fuck, bro? Just say you don't like the nigga. If you don't like him, just say you don't like him. That's cool to say that. I just don't like this nigga, man. I just, you wouldn't have a valid reason why to not like him, but just say that. That's better than the excuses that y'all coming up with. This shit don't make no damn sense. Okay? 5 actually said KD deserved that for joining. I'm gonna say he deserved that. Joining the motherfucker like a bitch. NBA clout. You're pointing out no facts, bro. You point out no facts, bro. Okay? It's all emotions and feelings with you. Oh, he played Kevin Durant too much. He overplayed him. Ain't no such thing. There's no such thing. All you do is play basketball for a living. There's no such thing as overplaying a player. I'm sorry. Even if you play all 48 minutes, it's only 48 fucking minutes. You get a break at halftime. You get a break in between each quarter. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, bro. All you doing is playing a fucking sport. Some players hold up more than others. Kevin Durant is a little injury-prone ass bitch. That's all it is. That's all it is. He's just injury-prone. He get hurt a lot. He gonna get hurt with the Houston Rockets. Period, point blank. That's fine. That's your opinion. Kerr is overrated. Okay, cool, fine. If I'm the head coach of a NBA team and I win 4 rings and everybody want to call me overrated, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. You ain't gonna take my accomplishments away. You can't take my accomplishments away. The 4 rings, that don't get taken away. That's going to be forever until the end of time. It's going to say, Steve Kerr, 4-time winning NBA champion head coach. It ain't going to say overrated. It ain't going to say overrated. You feel me? So, that's your opinion, bro. That's cool.
Around a big man, he can't do it. And the Warriors, because he lacks this ability to develop front court talent, they keep losing these players. And the disrespect that he shows these guys. First it was
this nigga ain't Steve Kerr don't disrespect nobody. He's the most upstanding coach. Talks to his players. Everybody says it. He don't just sit you down and you don't know. He'll come to you before the game, bro, and tell you, look, this is what it's gonna be. You probably ain't gonna play a lot this game. He communicates that to them, okay? And like I said earlier, he don't throw no players under the bus, okay? He takes blame at times when he don't deserve to take the blame, but he'll take it anyway, okay? He stands up for social injustices, all of that, bro. Like, go listen to what Anthony Edwards said. about when Steve Kerr was the coach of the Olympic team. He said Steve Kerr helped me become a better player by actually challenging me. You know what I'm saying? Actually challenging me to be a better player. So say what y'all want to say about Steve Kerr. I've said everything I had to say about this situation. You know what I'm saying? I've proven my point. You know what I'm saying? If people feel like he's overrated and he ain't this or that, that's not fine, cool, whatever. For rings say otherwise, but have at it. You feel me? He ain't going nowhere. So all you Warriors fans that want him to be fired, he ain't getting fired. It's not going to happen. So he's going to walk off on his own terms when he wants to leave. Okay? So, and once he leaves, that's it. Ain't going to be no more championships, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Happen. So you guys taking, the thing I don't like, bro, is because I understand how hard it is to win championships, bro. Like I grew up playing basketball. Okay. I know sports. I know you're not just supposed to just win. You got to earn this shit. Okay. So I understand the fact that in my lifetime for the Golden State Warriors, I'm probably not going to see this again. I'm probably not going to see this again. You feel me? NBA Clout, this Jonathan Kuminga shit, listen. I talked about that early on. Jonathan Kuminga is ruining his own motherfucker. Dude, how is NBA Clout? Explain to me this. How do Brandon Pajemski average more rebounds than Jonathan Kuminga? How? All Jonathan Kuminga want to do is score. That's all he want to do. How is Brandon Pajemski, who is smaller than him, less athletic, okay? How does Brandon Pajemski average more rebounds than Jonathan Kuminga? It's because Jonathan Kuminga don't give a fuck about doing nothing else but scoring. We want players that are going to contribute to winning, not just contribute to their own fucking self. Okay? And if that's the case, why ain't nobody knocking down the door to get Jonathan Kuminga and pay him $25, $30 million a year? Nobody's doing it. They can do it. He's a free agent. Now I understand he's a restricted free agent or unrestricted, whatever the fuck, meaning whatever somebody offers him, the Warriors can match it. I'm going to tell you right now, if any team was to offer Jonathan Kuminga $30 million a year, the Warriors ain't matching that, and they shouldn't. He's not that type of player, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck y'all have seen from Jonathan Kuminga that makes y'all think he's just some type of, like, so then that's like saying, so basically Steve Kerr is stupid. That may be what you're saying. How can Steph Curry thrive and take his career to the next level up under Steve Kerr, but Jonathan Kuminga can't? How? Explain to me that. An all-time great player can thrive under Steve Kerr, but Jonathan Kuminga can't? Boy, you better fall your ass in line, my nigga. You got to fall in line. Ain't nobody destroying Jonathan Kuminga's career. Now, that's the motherfucker that's overrated. You want to talk about somebody being overrated? Jonathan Kuminga is overrated like a motherfucker. He don't got no type of bag. All he want to do is put his fucking head down and charge to the fucking back. He can't shoot. He should be a way better defensive player than he is for how athletic he is. Okay? He should be a way better defensive player than he is. This boy will be out there for 25, 30 minutes and grab 2 rebounds. While in that same time, Brandon Pajemski is grabbing 10 or 11 and taking charges and finding ways to get the Golden State Warriors more possessions. All you got to do, if you know basketball, if you actually know the game and you watch the Golden State Warriors play, it's not a fucking secret as to why Brandon Pajinski is favored more than Jonathan Kuminga. His style of play contributes more to winning. He contributes more to winning. All Jonathan Kuminga want to do is contribute to himself. They trying to win, bro. They trying to at least try to get one more. You ain't gonna do that by putting Jonathan Kuminga. Man, Jonathan Kuminga ass will be out there and will see Steph Curry on the fucking wing and put his head down and drive to the basket. Smart guy. That's Steph Curry over there. You might want to give him the fucking ball. You might want to pass the ball to him. The greatest fucking shooter in NBA history and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm done with this topic. I'll say what I had to say. I'm finna go to Cam Newton. Let me talk about Cam Newton real quick. Let me see here. Cam Newton has come out and said that okay, so look, Cam Newton has come out and said that Jalen Hurts is not a top 10 quarterback right now. So you can literally name 10 quarterbacks in the league better than Jalen Hurts right now. Okay. And the reason and the excuse that he gave for it, I just, it's one of the things that I hate the most, bro. Okay. Let me see. Cam Newton. Let me see. Cam Newton, Jalen Hurts. Let's see. Yeah, everybody speaking on this.
Everybody's gonna get mad at this. Cam hating on Jalen Hurts. It's hard for me to grade Jalen Hurts with the talent around him. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback, but if we're talking about everybody's gonna get mad at this. Cam hating on Jalen Hurts. It's hard for me to grade Jalen Hurts with the talent that he has around him. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback, but if we're talking about what they bring to the table holistically, it's hard to judge what Jalen Hurts can do when you're throwing to a guy like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. When you have tight end skill set, you have a dominant defense, the best running back in the game. Download Madden and see how many stars is on the offensive side of Philly. Like you got King Henry, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, those guys, that's cool. But when you comparing, Lamar Jackson still shows you why he's an elite player. Josh Allen has to play elite in order for them to play. Lamar Jackson has to play at a high level for the Baltimore Ravens, even though that they have a dominant defense. Patrick Mahomes, he got a lot of talent. But boy, oh boy, you can't put no John Doe in Patrick Mahomes and think that they still gonna win the way they win it. I understand that. Jalen Hurts does not have to play elite for the Philadelphia Eagles to win. He has to play good, but he doesn't have to play elite. We're not asking you to win the game. We're just asking you not to lose it. When you ask that's bull. Because of you, solely because of you, or is it the resources around you? So game manager, those are the things that you have to ask yourself. And those are the metrics that I'm going off of. It's like, bro, even when the tush push, you got 5 people pushing you, bro. You got a solid group around you, dog. And
so my thing is like this, right? And I see CB Dizzle say I can name at least 5. I can too. But he said he's not in the top 10. That's fucking, he's a fucking capologist. I'm sorry. Okay? This guy just beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, bro. He performed in the Super Bowl. Okay? Let's look at let's look at Jalen Hurts stats in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts stats in Super Bowl. Okay. Even the Super Bowl loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, he played well. Okay. Now he's been to 2 Super Bowls, bro. Forgot the other Super Bowl that they went to that he fucking lost. Barely lost that one. In his 2 Super Bowl appearances, Jalen Hurts has accumulated impressive stats, including 73% completion percentage, 471 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. He also boasts 142 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. Okay. In his most recent Super Bowl, he was named Super Bowl MVP, throwing for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns, while also running for 72 yards and a touchdown. Dude, these are the quarterbacks that I would definitively put in front of Jalen Hurts. I would put Patrick Mahomes in front of him. I would put Joe Burrow in front of him. I guess I'm supposed to say Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. So I guess I'll put them there. But there's an argument to go against that, bro. I'm sorry. There just is. And I'm gonna say, you know, so, but just for the sake of this argument right now, I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and let me maybe a couple years ago they would have said fucking the old boy from San Diego. I'm not putting him above Jalen Hurts now. I'm sorry. But let me say this about Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson is my favorite player. He's my absolute favorite player to watch. But just like my take is in basketball, bro, to me, it's about winning. Furthermore, it's about what you do in the biggest games when it matters the most. Okay? That's what, and Jalen Hurts has performed his best in big moments. That cannot be disputed. I just read y'all the Super Bowl numbers. Okay? Lamar Jackson doesn't do that. He do all this shit in the regular season and win all these MVPs, and what happens? He gets to the postseason and he doesn't get it done. I love Lamar Jackson. I'm saying this as a Lamar Jackson fan. He's my favorite player to watch. Okay? I gotta call it how I see it, bro. To me, it matters what you do in the moments in the biggest games, not just the fucking regular season, bro. So that's the reason why I say, to me, there's an argument against it. There's an argument against it, bro. Now, if you want to just compare regular season, okay, Lamar Jackson is going to win that. He's going to be but Cam Newton just got through saying that Lamar Jackson has to, nigga, Jalen Hurts in the first Super Bowl that they played a few years ago and they lost against the Kansas City Chiefs, he played well in that Super Bowl and they lost. Okay? So, and if Jalen Hurts doesn't play well in this last Super Bowl, they most likely don't win. Now, I know they end up blowing them out. But what I'm saying is, if he don't play well, then that means that the flow of the game goes differently. It doesn't transpire the same way. So what ended up happening doesn't necessarily happen the way that it happened. So then maybe KC scores more earlier. All I'm saying is, if you change one or two things and Jalen Hurts doesn't have the performance that he had, it's no guarantee that they would have won. So Jalen Hurts has to perform well too in order for his team to win. So my thing is, bruh, like, I just don't agree with automatically just putting certain players over other players when certain players get it done when it matters and certain other players don't. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jalen Hurts did something that Josh Allen has not done, Lamar Jackson has not done, and that's beat Patrick Mahomes. That's what Jalen Hurts did. So, so now, and then this is my biggest pet peeve with this. Oh, I can't give him that status because of what he has around him. So now you're going to penalize Jalen Hurts because he plays for a franchise that know what the fuck they doing. Dog, that's what you're supposed to do. CB Dizzle, Eagles GM beat Pat Mahomes. Josh Allen never had the team Hurts has. That's cap, bro. It's not, bro. Listen, all of those type of arguments ain't nothing but excuses, bro. The Eagles GM did not beat Patrick Mahomes. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Have y'all opinions, bro. The Eagles general manager did not beat. He's not out there, bro. You can put together, bro. Do you know how many great teams have been assembled together that didn't win anything? Like, that's bullshit. Like, you can't flip a narrative just because you don't like somebody or you want to, like, you can't do that, bro. They won the game fair and square. When the Kansas City Chiefs beat Philadelphia, they barely beat them. But when the Eagles beat the Chiefs, they blew them out. They blew them out, bro. So you can't penalize Jalen Hurts. That's what you're supposed to do. The reason why this is one of my pet peeves is because they do this same thing with Brock Purdy, who is the team that I root for, 49ers. They do the same thing with Brock Purdy. Oh, well, look at everything he has around him. Bro, how many teams? You can only play with what you got. A job still has to be done, bro. It's not automatic that just because you have talented players that you're going to make a deep playoff run and you're going to win a Super Bowl. You still got to go play. Brock Purdy, in his second year, was an MVP candidate. He was an MVP finalist. He did what he was supposed to do. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. It's the front office job to put together a great team and assemble a great team, get as many great players as possible. That's what you're supposed to do, bro. They don't penalize Joe Montana for playing with the fucking greatest receiver and shit. So I don't want to hear that shit, bro. You got to go get it done, my nigga. You got to go get it done. They won the Super Bowl, bro. I'm a 49ers fan. I can't stand the Eagles, but I'm a fair fan, bro, an observer. I call it how I see it, my nigga. I don't just fucking not give somebody credit because I'm not a fan of them or I don't like them or whatever. I call it how I see it, bro. Okay? Drizzer says, ain't nothing wrong with managing the game. Absolutely nothing wrong with managing the game. But Jalen Hurts ain't managed nothing. He went out and did what he was supposed to do as a quarterback. Brock Purdy done the same thing. His first and second year. Last year, the Niners had a down year. Not just Brock Purdy. There was a lot of injuries. A lot of things going on. Okay? It wasn't just Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is actually the one that kept them afloat the first 8-9 weeks of the season. Okay? Then they fell off. But the San Francisco 49ers as a whole had a down year. Brock Purdy don't play no defense. He don't play defense. So all the touchdowns that were scored on the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy had nothing to do with that. You can't blame him for that. Okay? So I can't stand, oh, well, he got good players around him. Cam Newton, you need not to talk, bro. You need not to talk. We all seen that Super Bowl. We all seen your Super Bowl. You didn't dive on the motherfucking ground for the football. How you gonna talk about a nigga that's out there giving their all and you didn't give your all? You didn't dive on the ground for the fucking football. But you want to talk about Jalen Hurts? Nah, bro. And Jalen Hurts was also an MVP runner-up in his second year as a starter. Okay? I'm going to play this clip real quick. I'm going to play another clip. Yeah, y'all got me this morning. I wanted to play this. Ryan Clark. I don't always agree with everything Ryan Clark say, but I agree with this.
Do you feel though that response is disrespectful to Jalen Hurts? We have to stop allowing people to have excuses to disrespect Jalen Hurts. Cam recently said I was playing things safe, so let me cook for a second here, right? So there's different ways to look at it. Historically and presently, Jalen Hurts is the top 10 quarterback, and you're going to look at it different ways. You're going to look at talents above, X's and O's, the ability to help your team win, and then to me, it's proximity to the GOAT. Let's take Cam Newton, right? What made Cam Newton great? He could be powerful in short yardage and goal line. He could extend plays with his legs. He was this big physical presence. So is Jalen Hurts, right? Cam Newton went to the playoffs 4 times. Jalen Hurts been to the playoffs 4 times already. Cam Newton went to 3 Pro Bowls. Jalen Hurts already been to 2. Cam Newton was
in Cam Newton's entire career, his whole career, he went to the playoffs 4 times. Jalen Hurts already been there 4 times.
an MVP and he got to the Super Bowl and he forgot to bring his cape. When Jalen Hurts is going to the Super Bowl, he's brought his cape and he's also brought the Avengers with him who are not even in DC. They in Marvel, right? And so now let's think about this. Okay, let's go to winning. Eli Manning is going to be a Hall of Famer. Why is Eli Manning going to be a Hall of Famer? Because he had 2 epic runs to the Super Bowl. And in those Super Bowls, he played great. And he beat the GOAT, not only of that time, but the GOAT of the era, right? But he's only been to 4 Pro Bowls. He never got an MVP vote. He was never an All-Pro. Jalen Hurts has done all of those things. Right now let's look at Jalen Hurts in this time. In the Super Bowl, how do we measure every quarterback in the AFC? What is your proximity to Patrick Mahomes? You know the 3 quarterbacks that's beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs? I know who they are. They're Joe Burrow, they're Tom Brady, and they're Jalen Hurts. And not only did Jalen Hurts beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl, he outplayed him in the Super Bowl. And so now here is what I think. If you don't want to count Jalen Hurts in your top 10, I have one question. Who's in the top 10? And how do you get there? And the last thing is this, right? Cam Newton is using excuses to...
Exactly. If Jalen Hurts is not in the top 10 after everything that he's done in his career so far, who the fuck you gonna put in there? And what's the fucking criteria for being in the top 10? It's like the same thing that they used to say about Steph Curry, okay? Oh, he ain't clutch. Even after he had those first three rings, Steph Curry ain't clutch. He ain't clutch this net. But they was calling Damian Lillard like the most clutch player in the league, right? I'm like, okay. Well, what is the objective of playing the game? Is it to be the most clutch player, or is it to win championships? So the most clutch player in the league, Damian Lillard, ain't got no rings. Ain't never even been to the finals. But a player that they say ain't clutch got 3 rings. So if that's the case, then I don't want to be clutch. I don't want to be clutch then. What's the point of being clutch if it ain't going to lead to rings? Okay? So that's like the same thing he's saying here. If Jalen Hurts has done everything that he's done and he's not in the top 10, I don't want to be in the top 10 then. Give me his career though, but I ain't got to be in the top 10. What does it matter then? Okay? I agree with that. And just like he said, Cam just making excuses, bro.
To not put in the top 10. Excuses are tools of incompetence that build monuments of nothingness, and those who major in their usage are non-achievers. The ring that Jalen Hurts is walking around with says top 10 to me. Tell Cam to show you his.
Period. I'm a fan of Cam Newton too, but that, like, it's ridiculous, bro. Like I understand we in the era of, you know, just saying shit for clickbait and for views and likes and all that shit. You cannot name 10 NFL quarterbacks that you would take before Jalen Hurts. You just cannot do it. You cannot do it. You know what I'm saying? You just cannot do it. Winning matters, bro. When Jalen Hurts came into the league, bro, nobody thought he was going to be what he became. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, on my mama, Shaq Wooley, didn't Cam choke in the Super Bowl? He didn't even dive on the ground for the ball. So how the fuck you going to talk about Jalen Hurts? He did what he was supposed to do. And even in the Super Bowl, he been to 2 Super Bowls. I forget that. Okay? He's played in 2. In both that he played in, he played well. He wasn't the reason why they lost the first Super Bowl. Now he was, because he was on a team that they lost. So he's partly the reason why. But I'm saying, my point is to say that he played well in that Super Bowl. He played well. Okay. Now let me see something, because I want to. Okay. Look at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts damn near played better in the Super Bowl loss than the Super Bowl win. Look at this shit. The first Super Bowl that they lost, okay? 7 of 38. 71% completion percentage. Threw for 304 yards. And he threw for a touchdown. Okay? Now, I believe he did throw for an interception, but that's just one. The one that he won, yeah, the completion percentage was better, but he didn't even have to throw the ball as much. They was blowing their ass out. 221 yards. Okay? 2 touchdowns. Like, this guy is performing in the biggest moments. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Jalen Hurts is performing in the biggest moments when he's supposed to. So Cam lost me with this one. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times he be saying this shit that, you know, make no damn sense. And Cam was a great player in his own right. But the last thing I want to do before I move on to Shaq is I want to look up all the starting quarterbacks in the NFL and see if there are 10 that I would take before Jalen Hurts. Let's see. All starting quarterbacks. I'm gonna go to Pro Football Focus and just see they got a ranking but I'm not looking at it for whatever ranking they got. I just want to see who. So they got Patrick Mahomes at 1, Joe Burrow at 2, Lamar Jackson at 3, Josh Allen at 4, and then they have Jalen Hurts at 5. That's where I would put Jalen Hurts. I would put Jalen Hurts at 5, my damn self. And like I just said a few minutes ago, there's an argument to be made that you can put him above Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson just off the fact that he has beaten Patrick Mahomes in the postseason and they haven't. Okay? And he performs well in the postseason. Lamar Jackson doesn't. Lamar Jackson, my favorite player to watch. He does not play his best when it matters most. I'm sorry, he just don't. He just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Then they got Jaden Daniels 6, Matthew Stafford 7, Justin Herbert 8, Jared Goff 9, Geno Smith 10, Brock Purdy 11, Jordan Love 12. So who is Cam Newton? Who's the bottom 5 that Cam Newton is putting above Jalen Hurts? You putting Kyler Murray above him? CJ Stroud, Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Geno Smith, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Matthew Stafford, Jaden Daniels? Who you putting up? So I hate when people say stuff like that, but then now my thing where he would have really got exposed is if he would say that and then name the 10 quarterbacks that he will put above him. He would have got exposed right there. Period, point blank. So, but that's the reason why he didn't. He just want to come out and make a statement like that because he know it's going to be a big talking point for everybody. You know what I mean? So he can gain a lot of traction and traffic coming to his podcast. That's all that was about. It's the same thing everybody doing with Kobe Bryant right now. Everybody know this Kobe Bryant slander shit is a hot topic. So I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say some salacious, slanderous shit about Kobe Bryant because I know that's gonna get everybody to come over here and give me some views and some likes and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all that's going on. But that's what I would have liked for Cam Newton to do. Okay? If you're gonna say that, don't just say that. Name the 10 quarterbacks that you will put above them. So a motherfucker can argue your ass down and have your ass looking stupid as fuck. Because that's all that would have happened. Ain't no damn 10 quarterbacks ahead of motherfucking Jalen Hurts. Give that man his motherfucking respect for what he just did in dethroning Patrick Mahomes. Okay? All right. Last topic, bro. Let me get to this Shaq shit. This motherfucker right here, bro, it's like, dude. Now, Shaq came out and defended Kobe Bryant, you know, a few weeks ago when T-Mac said what he said. Kids say Shaq is a punk. Man, Shaq just be waffling back and forth. All, you know, I just don't get it, bro. Like, this is the reason why I love Michael Jordan. I love certain players, bro, because they don't have to, like, Shaq is so fucking egotistical, bro. We understand you are all-time great, my nigga. We understand this. We understand that you're a top 10 player of all time. You in there. But he just gotta, you know, I think see, this is what Kobe was talking about. Because he's mad that even though he's ranked, you know, 5, 6, 7 on most people's list all time, maybe he feels like he's high, he should be higher or whatever. But this is what Kobe was talking about. If you would have put more work into your career, maybe you would have been higher on the list, on the all-time list. Okay, but you was too busy, like you said, in the off season shooting movies, eating hamburgers, and fucking with hoes and all that other shit, and you wasn't in the lab working like Kobe was. Okay, this is the reason why Kobe got 2 rings without you, and you only got 1 without him, and the one you got without him, you wasn't even the main nigga. Okay, D-Wade was the main nigga. Okay. Now he say, oh, you know, I would have won 3 rings with T-Mac. Dude, no, you wouldn't have. And in saying this, you're essentially saying the same thing. You disrespecting Kobe. You're essentially saying the same thing that T-Mac said, which is just swap those out and nothing would have changed. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay? Kobe had that extra something in him. See, it's not just about your talent. They would have said, oh yeah, the talent was similar, you know, for those few years or whatever. Okay, whatever. I think Kobe was better. But it's not about just the talent level. It's that extra something that was within Kobe Bryant that allowed for him to play through injuries. Kobe Bryant had injuries too, just like T-Mac did. But it's just that T-Mac didn't play through his. Kobe played through his. The heart, that Black Mamba shit, that's the reason why they were able to have the success that they had together. That's what made Kobe Bryant, and T-Mac, T-Mac. Okay? I could possibly see Shaq saying this if Tracy McGrady at least had like 1 ring on his own or with another team. Bro, it don't even equate. Kobe without you, Shaq, went to 3 consecutive finals and went back-to-back and won 2. Tracy McGrady without you couldn't even get out of the fucking first. So how to so that's Shaq saying, oh yeah, it was all me. Yeah, I'm the reason why. No, it wasn't, bro. No, it wasn't. It was not. Okay? Like I said, I wouldn't even fully agree with it in this aspect, but at least if Tracy McGrady would at least won a championship with somebody else, at least just one, at least you would be able to at least fathom it. You know what I'm saying? Or see it. Dude, this dude never even got out of the first round as the star player. Looking at talent, bro. Kobe had that extra oomph, that extra killer mentality. Tracy McGrady have no fucking killer mentality at all. Like, to me, I'll take Chris Paul over I'll take Tracy McGrady. I understand Chris Paul ain't won a championship either, but he at least been to the fucking finals. He led a team to the finals, and he a dog. He got that winner mentality in him. You know what I'm saying? He got that killer instinct in him. So if Tracy McGrady is a Hall of Famer, which I think is borderline, I just do. I think he's a borderline Hall of Famer. He's in there, but he's borderline. To me, if Tracy McGrady is in the Hall of Fame, Chris Webber should be in there. I think Chris Webber just got inducted in there, but for a while he wasn't. But I'll take CP3. Give me CP3 over Tracy McGrady. But let me try to pull up the exact shit that he said. Shaq says he would win 3 with T-Mac. Let me see. So I agree with T-Mac said. Probably get a lot of flack, but I always say to myself, I think I could have got 3 in a row. Not only he's saying he could have got 3, he could have went back to back to back. Fuck out of here, bro. So I agree with what T-Mac said. So why the fuck you say what you said a few weeks ago when you came out defending Kobe Bryant? Then if you like why? Why you flip-flopping like a motherfucking double talking son of a bitch? So I agree with what T-Mac said. Probably a lot of flack. Probably get a lot of flack, but I always say to myself, I think I could have got 3 in a row with T-Mac. I think I could have gotten 2 with Vince. And I know I could have got 6 with Steph. Dog. Like, this motherfucker just think championship. You could have won 6 rings with Steph Curry, bro. I'm not saying that would. I do believe that they would have been able to win some championships together if Shaq and Steph played together. But 6? How you just say 6, my nigga? You only won 3 with Kobe. Kobe at this point is still higher, and you only got 3 with him. So how you gonna get another 3 on top of that with Steph? And you would have got 2 with Vince? Bro, Vince is on the same level of like a T-Mac, bro. Like, great player, Hall of Fame player, did a lot of great things, but he just didn't have that extra something, that extra killer mentality that you need, bro, to be able to win. So no, I disagree, bro. Championships don't grow on trees like that, bro. You can't just, we've seen a lot of great players be paired together and not win nothing. You don't just win championships because you get paired together with another great player, bro. You could have got 2 with Vince. Man, Vince ain't never even been to the fucking finals. Wait, Vince? I know he never been to the finals as a lead dog. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was, I know he's been around a lot. Let me see. He may have been on that team, that Dallas Mavericks team. Let me see. Has Vince Carter won an NBA championship?
According to Facebook, Vince Carter says he has no regrets about winning no championships in his career entering the Naismith Basketball Hall.
Motherfucker ain't win no rings. You talking about you would have been able to win with him. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. So, 2 niggas that ain't never even been to the finals, ain't won no championships, and forgive me if I'm wrong about Vince Carter not making it to the finals. He might have been on a finals team at the end of his career, but they didn't win. I know T-Mac was. He was on that 2013 Spurs team that didn't win it. Actually rooting for them to get that. But let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can play this. But I just, like Shaq, bro, like, we all know you was a great player, bro. Iceman Mars said, you're right, bro. Right on. I hate how everyone be trying to disrespect Kobe. It don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense.
He said he would have won 3 in a row. All right, now we've been spending a lot of time getting mad at T-Mac. Shaq just came out and said the same thing. He said he would have won 3 in a row with T-Mac. Take a listen to his reasoning behind it.
And what T-Mac said was correct too. T-Mac out there by himself, he don't really have room to operate. Our guy had room to operate, because I got 3 people on me. Kobe, and Kenny Smith said this all the time. Kobe didn't get double and triple team line. He was free to roam around and do all.
That's Shaq himself saying, look, I had 3 people on me. Kobe got to go out there and just showcase his talent. It would have been different if I wasn't there. I cut the clip short, but he also said.
So how do you explain the 2 championships in 2009 and 2010 without your fat ass? How do you explain that, Shaq? In the finals appearance in 2008. Wasn't no Shaq on the team. They wasn't double teaming no fucking no Pau Gasol. How do you explain that? These dudes is losers.
It's like when he left, Kobe struggled. And he says nothing got better until they got 2 7-footers to replace what he did. And then once that happened, Kobe could start, you know what I'm saying, they could start winning again. He's saying T-Mac never got that. After Shaq said that, people are going back. They're showing this graphic right here. This is Shaq before Kobe really took off. Swept.
Look. Swept, defeated 4-1, swept. You saying all of this shit like you could have did all this shit without Kobe Bryant, but we can go back and look at the stats and to prove you couldn't have done it without Kobe Bryant because you didn't. You had more than enough opportunities. You can win championships without Kobe Bryant. You didn't do it. The only time you ever did it, you weren't even the main attraction, bro. Dwayne Wade is who won that championship for the Heat in 2006. Okay? Shaq, yeah, you contributed, but you weren't the lead dog, bro. Dwayne Wade was. So if you could have did all of this shit without, you can't say this type of shit, bro, and all we got to do is go back and look at the numbers like this. This is before Kobe took off. Either before Kobe was 94 and 95 was before Kobe was in the league. Okay. And then 96, 97, 98 was before he actually became the Kobe Bryant that we all came to know. Okay. Either way, once Kobe Bryant became Kobe Bryant, that's when they started winning. Shaq was already Shaq. Okay? And you didn't get it done. So it's bullshit to say that you would have been able to do all this and all that without Kobe Bryant. And we got the proof to show that you wouldn't have been able to do shit because you didn't. Fat boy.
Lost 4-1, swept. Now, to me, that doesn't do anything.
Police ass nigga.
Needed a sidekick, and Kobe was the perfect sidekick.
Okay. I think this is the same dude. Let me see. Yeah, it's the same dude. Let me see. Let me go to NBA Cinema.
$5,000 for free. Let me show
you
how
to
get 40 to 80.
Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So I want to shout out the podcast. We're going to take this clip.
I want to shout out the podcast that I'm on right now, NBA Cinema. Y'all go subscribe. I'm finna play this clip from them. But yeah.
Clip from this audio from is the Off the Record podcast, and Shaq was on there. I'm gonna put a link in the description box for you to go check out the whole episode. But basically, it got to a point in the interview where Shaq was asked about Gilbert's comments and Tracy McGrady's comments regarding Kobe Bryant, and Shaq basically came out and said he agreed with T-Mac, feels like he could have won 3 titles with him as well. And so that got a lot of Kobe fans like, wait, what? Do you feel some type of way about Kobe? Why are you saying this now? Because, yes, you could say you look at another player, you feel like you could have achieved those things, but, it can't be looked at as disrespectful to Kobe Bryant and the things he accomplished. And he also said that he was definitely the bus driver while Kobe was a bus rider or passenger, but he wasn't no ordinary passenger at the time. And I think,
Kobe was not no passenger, nigga.
There was a point where he was like up on Shaq's level, during that time. Maybe not the first title, but you start looking at those last 2 and the way Kobe had elevated his game, his importance was second to none on that Lakers team and very vital for their success. Now, when I look at that T-Mac roster, that year. He had a fat Sean Kemp. He had, obviously Grant Hill was hurt. You look at Mike Miller, he was averaging 16 a game. I'm not sure if he got traded that year he got hurt, but, Gordon Garachek became his second guy.
All right, get to it, man.
Words that can be taken as negative and positive. What he said was absolutely true. But Kobe's not your average passenger. This makes him different.
See, he want to say this now because it makes him look. Yeah, well, yeah, what he said was actually true. Yeah, I could have won 3 with him. No, you couldn't have, nigga. Stop trying to fucking revise history, bro. Stop trying to revise history. You wouldn't have won shit with Tracy McGrady. You would still be 0 rings, nigga, if Tracy McGrady was there versus Kobe Bryant. You wouldn't have won nothing because Tracy McGrady would have fucked around, got injured, and sat out. You wouldn't have won nothing. Kobe Bryant was playing through. Kobe Bryant had the same injuries that Tracy McGrady had. He was just playing through them and winning championships while playing through them. Fuck, nigga.
And, I can say this now, it doesn't really matter whose team it was, but don't ever get a twist on who was in charge. Don't ever in your life get it twisted on who was in charge. Okay? But now that we got that out of the way, he said was correct. But people respect Kobe. Like, it's like you can have conversations, arguments, and you can have silly conversations. That's a silly conversation. Like, the man is
exactly,
vital to
Wilbur.
3 championships. Vital. I didn't do them by myself. Vital. At some parts of the series more vital than me. I did. If he don't do what he ever do, would we have 3? Never know.
Ain't no never know. Nigga, the answer is no, bitch.
I can get 1 by myself. 3 by myself? No way. Right? And when I left.
See, everything he's saying, oh, I might have been able to get 1, but no, bro, you never won a championship as the lead dog without Kobe Bryant. Never. It never happened. All the chances that you had, you never did it. Never.
He struggled to get back. And then what they did, they brought in 2 7-footers to equal what I was doing, which helped them get 2 more. So what Gilbert said was correct, but I think it was taken negatively. And a lot of jocks. Oh, yeah, you got 3, but you got 3 because of Shaq. And I hear the same thing. Oh, yeah, you got 3 because of Kobe. Like, I see posts all the time. Oh, y'all say Shaq carried Kobe. And they put Kobe stats in when he averaged more than me. We carried each other. 1-2 punch. I've never seen a fighter in a long time just knock out a person with 1 hand. And I've seen them all. I've seen them set you up.
Exactly.
And then boom. And then...
Exactly, Dollar Bill. Hakeem washed your ass, nigga. Used and abused your ass. Your ass didn't want no part of Hakeem Olajuwon. That nigga was doing all that shit, boy, all them spins and all that, man, all them up and unders. You wanted no parts of Hakeem Olajuwon. Stop the fucking cap.
Sometimes they set you up, and then boom, that was us. 1 game, I'm gonna do this. 1 game, he gonna do that. 1 game, we both gonna do it. When it come time that we need it, I'm gonna do it, and he gonna do it. And what T-Mac said was correct too.
No, it wasn't.
Think about that all the time. You switch up positions. Well, let me ask you, you think I could have got 3 with T-Mac in a row? Let me go on record and say T-Mac was a bad motherfucker. Yeah. But see, you gotta understand when you...
Exactly. Wade in Miami.
You don't really have room to operate. Our guy had room to operate because I got 3 people on me. Right? You got 3 people on me?
Yeah. There wasn't no 3 people on you, nigga. You may have got double teamed sometimes, nigga. You wasn't no 3 motherfuckers on you.
Kobe didn't get double and triple team a lot. He was free to roam around and do all that stuff.
He was free to roam around.
Said, I believe to be true because T-Mac was a bad boy. What Gilbert said, I believe to be true. It was just construed probably negatively. And That's a good thing about conversation. But what? He not, but T-Mac was a bad boy. So I agree with
He wasn't as bad as Kobe, nigga.
Probably get a lot of flack, but
how you a bad boy and you can't get out the fucking first round? What type of bad boy is that?
2 with Vince. Oh, I know I get 6 with Steph.
I would have got 6 with Steph.
Because now I'm not a player, I'm a fan. And I do what fans do.
You know, when I look at what
sad.
Shaq had to say, he definitely could have some decent points with what he said. When I look at that, though, I'm looking at the tough moments. Like, you get in a situation where you were down to the Blazers and the way Kobe and Shaq, you know, mounted that comeback. I think when you get in those situations where you're down big like that to Portland, you think about the comeback culminating with the lob that was thrown. Shaq goes up way above the square and slams it down. At that point, you knew they had come back to win that game against a tough Blazers team. Vince Carter, to me, never had that competitive edge.
Never.
You know, for moments like that.
Never.
So everything could be equal. You could have the athletic talent, and in Vince's case, you know, be.
Here's a hot take.
Never, bro.
Inside you that people are meant to hear. It'll never make the
like,
impact
bro,
that it truly deserves.
Bro,
even more
saying this, bro. Bro, saying this is just like saying, bro, you can't, bro. Certain players win championships because of the type of player that they are, bro. Everybody in the NBA has talent. Everybody got talent. Okay? But certain players win because of who they are and that extra something that they got within them. You can't just come out and just say, yeah, all he's trying to do is pat himself on the back and make himself look bigger. That's all he's trying to do, bro. When all of the facts, if this is the case, bro, how does Kobe have more championships without you than you have without him? And in both his championships, he was the guy. Both the championships without you, he was the guy. Both the championships for you, the one championship for you without him, you was not the guy. D-Wade was the guy. So I don't get, bro. This is what Kobe was talking about, bro. You can say all of this shit afterward. Yeah, this and that, blah, blah. Nigga, if you was in the gym like Kobe was during those years, y'all would have had way more than what y'all did. You wasn't working hard enough. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it, bro.
Athletic player than Kobe at the time. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things where you got to be that dude, and you got to be locked in a different type of way. Tracy McGrady, I don't know. I don't know if he would be built for that situation.
He wouldn't be.
I do remember Tracy him being like a natural facilitator. They would have him playing the point, in today's game, obviously, all the time, just with the way the best player always has the ball in his hand. So he'd be able to showcase that even more nowadays. But even when I look at Tracy McGrady, right, he always had back problems. And for those Tracy McGrady background, he was also a phenomenal pitcher. Could have pitched in the MLB. He was like that. But
I never knew that.
McGrady always had back problems.
Damn, this glare.
And so you have to take in consideration how healthy Kobe was in y'all top years for winning the title. So you can't even necessarily say if I replace this person one for one, then we would definitely win. There's so many variables at play.
Tim Duncan.
Just people being healthy and stuff like that. And Kobe having that, being a straight up descendant, of Jordan as far as the game of basketball is concerned, you have to kind of look at like his mentality separating himself from those guys. You see that interview where, they played, they were doing spot work, him and T-Mac, and Kobe remembered the score was 11-3 because he's trying to win all the time. And those are the type of people, when you start talking about a three-peat, and they were close to getting 4. They were close to doing something
Bro, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Just like he just said. Shout out to NBA Cinema. Y'all go check out his channel. Subscribe to his channel. When you talking about a three-peat, dog, you don't just three-peat with anybody, bro. Okay? There's only three-peats in the modern era, bro. Michael Jordan has 2 of them, from 91 to 93, and then from 96 to 98. The other one was Shaq and Kobe's Lakers. So my point in saying that is, you got all of these other great players that came through the NBA. None of them have three-peated. Magic didn't three-peat. He went back-to-back, but he never three-peated. Steph and KD never three-peated. Bird never three-peated. Isaiah Thomas, LeBron never three-peated. Like, you don't just three-peat with anybody, bro. So to say you can just throw somebody else in Kobe's position and we would have won 3 in a row. Bro, that's bullshit. You just up here on these motherfucking podcasts talking, trying to pat yourself on the back. And so with Russell, I'll say this about Bill Russell. I'm saying in the modern era, you know what I'm saying? Since I'm omitting Russell Celtics because that was literally, I'm not discrediting it at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not discrediting 11 rings at all. You can only play in the era that you play in. So I'm never going to discredit Bill Russell, but I am still going to say that was a completely different time, bro, when there were not as many teams in the league, bro. It's only 9, 10 teams in the league. So it's like, and all of the great players, the majority of the great players were on his team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if it's only 10 teams in the league and you're emphatically better than all of them and you keep playing those same teams over and over and over again, it don't matter how much you play a team. If you better than them, you're going to beat them. So I omit the Celtics, the Bill Russell Celtics, not out of disrespect, but just out of, that was a whole different time. I'm talking about modern NBA when there's 28, 29, 30 teams. Okay. It's more, it's harder. You know what I mean? Just because of the fact that you have to play more teams and shit. So in modern times, okay, I'm talking about from the 70s, 80s, from the 1980s on, okay, it's only been 3 three-peats. And Michael Jordan got 2 of them. So, and Shaq and Kobe's Lakers have the other one. So you don't just three-peat with anybody, bro. Those three-peats happened because of you was playing with Kobe Bryant, my nigga. And you had an all-time great coach in Phil Jackson as well. Can't forget about that. But I'm just saying, no, you would not have been able to just like Bruh said, against the Portland Trailblazers, y'all almost didn't even make it to the fucking finals that first year. Take Kobe out and put Tracy McGrady in. Do they beat those Portland Trailblazers? I think not. Or put Vince Carter in. And then it just go, I love Steph Curry. I'm not saying, now, I do believe Shaq and Steph, had they played together in both primes, yeah, I think they would have won some championships. But to say 6, but to just come out and be, yeah, I would have won 6 with Steph. Fuck out of here, bruh. Like, nobody has won more. The only, like, how can you say you would have won 6 championships and you never won 6? Steph never won 6. Like, there's only 2 other modern players that have 6 championships. And that's Kareem and Michael Jordan. So to just throw it out there, like, so you're going to go against history and do something that history says it's not probable that you're going to be able to do. But, oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I would have just won 6 with Steph. Fuck out of here, bro. Like, it's just more disrespect to Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. Let me see if it's one more. If it's one more on here that I can play, because I'm finna get off this live, man. Shout out to y'all, man, everybody that been tapping in. You feel me? I'm on these cherries, though. What y'all know about these cherries, man? Yeah, man. These motherfuckers, man. But I like it, because they be giving me, they be saying some dumb shit, but I like it because they be giving me something to talk about. Right now, with basketball season done and football season not back yet, that's why I ain't been able to go live 4 or 5 times a week like I was during the NBA playoffs, because it ain't been a whole bunch of shit to talk about. Shaq says this nigga always want to talk about, what he would have did and all this other shit. Man, we seen your career. You got out of your career what you was supposed to get out of it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You was just basically, you basically was just living off your natural gifts and talents and the fact that you was just bigger than everybody. Shaq could have been even better than what he was. Shaq could have damn near been the GOAT, bro. You know what I'm saying? If he had that same, because I'm not saying that he didn't have a killer mentality. Shaq did have a killer mentality. The work ethic part is where he lacked that. See, Jordan and Kobe had the killer mentality and they had the work ethic. That shit's deadly. Shaq says he would have won 3 with T-Mac. Let me see if it's anybody else that has said something on here that I want to highlight. Oh, let me go to my boy. I'm gonna go to my boy. He be going crazy. Sports and fitness rants. This nigga be going crazy on niggas though. Let me see. Sports and fitness rants. Shout out to Sports and fitness rants. You feel me? Y'all go check out his channel.
Is your mind
subscribe and all that?
Sabotaging your success? What if there was a way you could
Let me
instantly stop?
I want to see what he got to say. Then I'm gonna get off here.
Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and fitness rants. Guys, click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, I want to talk about Shaquille O'Neal, and we're going to set the record straight once again on Shaquille O'Neal, because Shaquille O'Neal is one of those guys that continues to come on these podcasts and just say nonsense, man. Shaquille O'Neal's all over the place. Shaquille O'Neal's one of those guys where he really lacks humility oftentimes when I hear him speak. No humility. And I said, guys, these ex-NBA players on podcasts have become public enemy number 1. That's right, like the rap group from back in the day, public enemy number 1. That's what these ex-NBA players on podcasts have become. And I'm drawing a line. We have to draw a line in the sand with these dudes. All right? The fans got to draw a line against these ex-NBA players and these media members out here, these fake media members that don't know a damn thing about basketball's history, that don't respect basketball's history, that don't know what the hell they're talking about. These people never play sports, some of these people in the media. Most of these people in the media don't know a damn thing, man. And these ex-NBA players, these guys have no humility, man. I have no respect for these professional athletes that lack humility, especially when they retired and their careers are done.
Yeah.
And these guys want to try to rewrite their own careers and pump themselves up.
Exactly.
Shaquille O'Neal's one of those guys.
up. Like, he was that dude. And Shaq was great, man. But let's be real and let's be honest about Shaq's career. And we're going to be honest and real about Shaq's career in this video. Because Shaq over here talking about what he would have done with T-Mac. He would have won 3 in a row with Tracy McGrady. He would have won this many with that guy. He would have won this many with this dude. He's breaking guys and what he would have done. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Stop it, Shaq.
Thank
you
you.
sound ridiculous.
You sound like a
you're not
fucking
living in
idiot.
reality. And we're going to talk about this video, guys. I'm tired of these punks out here, man. Straight up, man. Shaq, you're a punk for saying what you said, man. Don't make no sense, man. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, you really humbled, man. I am humbled by all support, man. Thank you very much. Shout out to everybody in the membership, everyone that comes through the lives, man. Like I said, donates to the channel, likes the videos, subscribes to my channel, man. It means a lot, guys. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I saw some comments. Shout out to my man Charles over at Dreamers Pro. I saw he did a video on this. Shout out to my man 2 Raw. I saw he talked about this also. Excuse me for a second, guys. And now, we continue to hear, like
Slow
I
down,
said,
nigga.
ex-NBA players that for whatever reason, these guys have zero humility, guys. All right, now listen, I tell you guys before every video that I am humbled by the support. Because like I said, when I first started this channel and I started doing videos on fitness and then I started talking about basketball and some of this sports stuff, I never...
Hey, Wilbur, shout out to you, bro. Listen, it's growing, bro. All I got to do, I just got to stay consistent. Just keep going live. You know what I'm saying? And my channel will grow just like all these other dudes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thirsty. Obviously, I want to reach as many people as possible, but I'm not thirsty for likes and subscribers and all that. Like I said, I'm not saying I don't want them, because I do want them, but I'm not thirsty for it. I'm just gonna keep grinding, keep doing what I'm supposed to do, keep putting the content out, and the people will let me know if by the channel growing, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's been working, bro. Like I've been doing it for a few years now, but I just haven't been consistent. This year in 2025, like, especially I see it, if I show like the analytics, if I showed the analytics to my channel just during the playoff run, I started to garner a lot of more traction and traffic during the 2025 NBA playoffs, mainly because I was more consistent. I started to be more consistent. And then once I seen the traffic started to come, then I was more consistent and more consistent. And so that's all it is, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna just keep going and my channel will grow. You know what I'm saying? It's already been growing. I'm already seeing the growth just in the past, couple months. So, but shout out to you for that. And yeah, it's gonna grow. I just gotta stay consistent and keep going.
I thought that people would even care what I have to say.
But spread the word though, just like Sports and Fitness said. I'm appreciative of any subscriber that I got. You know what I mean? And but definitely, I can't do it without the people, liking and subscribing and spreading the word. So definitely continue to spread the word.
That people would recognize my channel, that I would have anywhere the amount of subscribers that I do now. And my channel is not big. I don't have a huge platform like a Shaquille O'Neal or some of these other channels out here. They have these giant platforms. They're able to reach out to people. But I am humbled by this stuff. And I've told you guys, as far as my fitness aspect goes, if I've only helped one person, then my channel was a success. That means a lot to me. All right? And the humility, the humbleness that I feel. These guys, these ex-NBA players, someone like...
It's like this. I feel what he's saying. It is weird, but I'm not surprised and I'm not shocked about it because, yeah, he was raised by a military man, and that comes with a lot of discipline and stuff like that. But I mean, he's been an NBA player, bro, for over half of his life now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's been rich for a very long time now, bro. So you know what I'm saying? It's when you've been this pampered and this people worship you like this and stuff like that. Like, I'm not shocked or surprised how somebody, you know, like Shaq can find a way throughout the course of the years to lose some of that humility and some of that foundation that he was taught. You know what I'm saying? Because he been rich for so long. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just the rich part. It is that part, but because not a lot, but some people, you know, some people are rich, but you got rich people that don't nobody know that they're rich. So when you're rich and also you get worshiped like you God or something, then that's when how many times do you guys think Shaq has heard throughout his career that he's this or he's that or he's the best this or he's the, you know what I'm saying? So they get worshiped so much that they start to believe that they're more than what they actually are. You know what I'm saying? FYF, it's unfortunate that the only thing he can do with his channel is tarnish the NBA, its players, and only negative propaganda about the game today. Listen, FYF, we just disagree, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. I know you feel that way because you're a LeBron fan, and a lot of his takes are about you know, bashing LeBron and stuff like that. So I get how you would feel that way. But I mean, people do what they do on this channel. I just went to his channel just to play a little clip, just to because I've been on here for a while. I'm finna get off, but I just wanted to find one or two more vids where I could show you know, people's opinion about Shaq saying what he said about he would have won 3 this or that with Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter and Steph Curry and all that shit. I just think it's bogus to say that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm doing. But I mean, you know, everybody entitled to their opinion, bro. But I fuck with your channel. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with y'all channel, FYF. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with everybody, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Whether we disagree or not, I fuck with everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got a huge platform. You feel me? But okay, FYF said you make it about LeBron, and I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm a basketball fan. Okay. Well, forgive me about that. I'm just saying, I'm just going off the content that I see. You know what I mean? Like, I do understand that obviously you're a basketball fan, so I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I just go off of what I see. A lot of times off your channel, I see more pro LeBron, you know, stuff. More pro LeBron topics, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking that. Like I said, my whole thing with LeBron being, bro, and I understand that you saying that you're not making it about LeBron, you're a basketball fan, you know what I'm saying? But my whole thing about LeBron is that I know he's an all-time great player. I just don't have him as high on my all-time list as most. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Shaq will constantly come on these podcasts and pump himself up and try to make it seem like, yo, I was that guy. I was Shaquille O'Neal. I'm the most dominant player.
But in this one right here, I agree with what he, you know what I'm saying? I agree with what he's saying. I don't 100% agree with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't even agree with my damn self all the time about certain decisions I've made or whatever. But you feel me? I don't 100% agree with no man, you know what I'm saying? But I agree with him on this specific topic. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the most dominant. I was the most dominant. You wasn't dominant, dude. Shaq, you're a coward. You Eastern Conference, Shaq. Now, in this video, I want to break down and really keep it real about Shaq's career. And really, like I said, set the record straight on some of this stuff this fool is saying. So he made some comments about he would win 3 in a row, basically confirming and backing up what Tracy McGrady was talking about. Tracy McGrady came out here and jumped out the window talking about,
CB Dillon said FYF in here tripping. Shout out to FYF though, he be tapping in.
Lead the Lakers to a championship.
FYF is the first big platform that ever like been tapped in with me. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm appreciative of that.
Wouldn't be leading the damn thing. He never did lead a damn thing. He's not a leader, Tracy McGrady. Lazy McGrady. That's what Jeff Van Gundy said about Tracy McGrady. Lazy McGrady.
Didn't want to practice like that? Didn't want to work on his game?
That nigga talking too fast.
He was already great enough. Thought he was already good enough, Tracy McGrady, right? So someone like Tracy McGrady, that's why I tell you the difference between him and someone like Kobe Bryant, right? Wasn't necessarily the skills or the talent that they possessed. It was the mindset.
This nigga be passionate about it, though.
The heart, the grit, the toughness. Tracy McGrady ain't like that.
He ain't had none of that.
Near Kobe Bryant's legendary mentality, legendary toughness and grit. Can't shine Kobe's shoes. And that's why Tracy McGrady never maximized himself, never maximized his teammates, and never made out of first round. Because he never played defense like that, because he never worked on his D, never cared to play D.
I want to play more of that, but I got to get off because my phone about to die, so I got to end this live before my phone die. I can't even see. My shit just went dark. Been on this bitch for 4 hours, so damn near. So I'm but y'all get the point, bro. You know what I mean? Subscribe to Sports and Fitness Rants. You know what I'm saying? And that boy do be ranting, but subscribe to him. Shout out to all y'all. If I want to catch Sports and Rants on the basketball court, see if some of these dudes can really hoop. I mean, I can really hoop. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I grew up playing basketball, so I can really hoop. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, a lot of motherfuckers that talk probably can't hoop, but we talk about, bro, this is the reason why these dudes get paid what they get paid, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they get paid what they get paid to take all of this criticism that they get. You know what I'm saying? This is a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. I feel where you coming from, but that's why they get paid the big bucks. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if I was getting paid what these dudes was getting paid, man, say whatever the hell you want to say about me. Say whatever the hell you want to say. I don't give a damn. You feel me? Just show me the check, man. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm finna get off here, bro, because I got to charge my phone. I got to start my day. I've been in this bitch for 4 hours. I did not intend to be on here for 4 hours. Shout out to everybody for tapping in. CB Digital FYF. Everybody that tapped in. I'll be back again with another one. NFL season needs to hurry up and get here so I can have more content. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just waiting on that. But you know, hopefully, you know, somebody say some more crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'll have something else to talk about because it's just been slow. It's just been slow. You feel me? But I'll be back. Shout out to all y'all, man. One love. Snax on Sports. I'll be back with another one. Go on.